Okay, we've been putting this off. Well, we haven't been putting this off.
We got snowed in.
We got this fucking weather, man. I was not joking about the polar vortex. Like, we literally have not been able to get out.
But then we got thunderstorms today, and fog, and all that.
Honestly, I think if there's a God, he's been trying to help us. Because this fucking movie...
It was a warning we should have heeded. Don't go!
You know, I knew this was going to be bad. I'm not going to lie. Like, I had peeked. I usually don't read reviews, but I had not read them, but I kind of looked at like the bylines, you know. Mm-hmm. The initial word was not good.
Yeah.
But that's about as far as I'd read. But I thought it was going to be bad. This was horrible. I don't know what you thought, but... It was
pretty fucking bad. Although I'm still undecided about how bad I would feel if I had not seen the original Robocop. Would I be as mad as I am now? Or would I just think it was a regular shitty movie? I'm not sure yet.
I don't know if it's a debate worth having, because...
I mean, yeah, I guess a shitty movie's a shitty movie, but... It adds that layer of outrage on top of the shit cake, so...
But, what I mean is, I don't think it's a debate worth having because comparisons are inevitable. Mm-hmm. It's a remake, mm-hmm. So you can compare it. You know, it's fair. And besides, we watched the original Robocop the day before, mm-hmm. So I don't know how well you like that movie.
I like the original a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up with that movie, so I think it's one of the extremely rare exceptions that the movie has aged to where it's more suits the time we live in than when it was made.
Yeah, I'd say that that's accurate.
It's weirdly prophetic.
Yeah.
That the satirical elements that Paul Verhoeven made in the original Robocop have come true.
Basically, yeah.
Like the 6000 SUX car.
Yeah.
You know, that is electric.
Gas guzzler and
what is it? 8 gallons.
It's 8 gallons per mile
8 miles
or something.
8 gallons per mile. 8 miles per gallon.
8 miles per gallon.
You know, the horrible warfare games and
yeah.
You know, but
insipid television.
Yeah. That's another thing. Anyway.
We'll get to that. It's okay.
I was not expecting to break out the alcohol.
But we have.
I have. I don't know if you're...
I brought myself my mug so I can partake.
One of my favorite alcohols is Korean soju. She introduced me to this. And I don't mind if I do.
I brought you the shot glass.
Thank you, love.
So you don't try to just drink the bottle because you will die.
I did the first time we met. The first time we went
out.
Because it comes in like a beer bottle.
It looks like you should be drinking that. You shouldn't be drinking that straight from the bottle.
So, fool that I am, I'm like, this is good. And she looks at me and is like, the fuck are you doing? And I'm like, what?
You're supposed to use a little glass.
She's like, you're supposed to drink shots of that, you tard. I'm like, uh-oh. This is like my third bottle. Yeah. Anyway. I had no idea. I thought it was I wanted to leave.
Yeah, there were some points where the only reason I'm not surprised we didn't see people leaving the theater is because there was nobody else in the theater. It was just us and like 2 other people behind us.
But
we did go to excuse me. We did go to an 11 o'clock showing, but it was empty. It was dead.
But the thing is, I can put up with some shit.
Yeah.
And this... What you're saying is, if you hadn't seen the original Robocop, would I have hated it as much? There's a layer of insult attached to it, but I would have wanted to leave one way or the other. And I almost never want to stand up and leave. This movie was horrible. It reached the point... When did I initially want to leave? It would have been about the point where... Well, you guess. What would you think?
When they painted him black.
No, it was after that.
Oh wow, I underestimated.
It wasn't that early.
Overestimated.
I would say, it was around the time, I think, I can't even remember the exact moment, but it was around the time they started doing the dopamine shit.
Yeah.
When they started lowering his levels, and then they kind of made that reverse progress thing where we'll get. There's a lot of things we're going to get to, but I will remember as we go through this movie. I'll be like, that's the moment, because But they'll reach the moment where I almost turned to you and said, like, I want to go. Mm-hmm. Because I was actually you saw when I leaned forward, I was like both both hands to my face,
super face palm.
I couldn't take it. I couldn't look at the screen. Mm-hmm. And it was the moment where Michael Keaton is trying to talk Gary Oldman into killing essentially Robocop. Now that they had shut him down, and I'm like, I can't. I just leaned forward. I was like, I can't even watch. I can't do this. And that I was so hard trying to resist the urge to just like, I want to go. Mm-hmm. Where I come down on your question is like, I would have hated this. I would have hated it either way. Mm-hmm. But the fact that it's a remake adds an extra layer of insult.
Fair. Let's start at the beginning then. Drink your delicious soju. Hang on, I need drinks for this too.
All right.
I'm gonna do the not quite a screwdriver.
Oh well, you got orange juice. Oh, you got the.
I'm gonna use the pina colada.
The pina colada. That was a good idea, by the way.
Yeah.
All right. The first thing we have to do to talk about this movie is to talk about what they're trying to satirize. They're not even trying to satirize it. This is a straight-up political statement.
Yeah, it was, and a heavy-handed one at that.
Oh, heavy-handed don't even cover it. This is fucking right drone warfare in a sledgehammer.
With your man hands, please.
They write the word drone warfare in a sledgehammer and just beat you with it. And they don't even do it well. This could have been artistically done.
Yeah. In
the hands of a better director. Verhoeven! I'm sorry, did I sneeze? I meant to say Verhoeven. I don't know who to blame, the writer or the director, or yes.
My hands aren't working today. Open that part too. This is why I keep you around.
So it makes me feel like a man.
To peel off the top.
That's right. Don't worry about it. This movie is about drone warfare, which actually, when I heard about this, kind of got me encouraged. Mm-hmm. Because I was like, okay, I didn't see the need to remake this movie. Mm-hmm. I still don't, but I was like, this is actually kind of an interesting tack on Robocop. Because it was like, you're talking about a character, he's kind of a blank slate, like kind of like almost like a zombie. Mm-hmm. And so you've taken a current issue, and which can easily be ham-fisted and blunt force, and it was. Mm-hmm. But if told in a good way, which it wasn't, you've got a character who is essentially, you've got a topic about basically faceless law enforcement / military action. Mm-hmm. And then you've got a character who, you've got this robot who can blindly follow orders sent in to essentially mop up crime. Mm-hmm. So basically the argument about drone warfare now is we've got this very comfortable, hands-off approach to dealing with our problems that we don't see, that we got a joystick that we can target. It's like a video game to us now, that we can deal with problems overseas. We click a button, boom.
Yeah.
We don't even see the human cost of it anymore. So that's Robocop now. We've got this huge crime problem. Our officers are dying. We've.
Although they never make any attempt to illustrate that fact.
Right.
Like, they never show crime being out of hand.
Right. And this is this is exactly what I'm getting to, is this is where the direction...
Like, it doesn't show, like, Detroit being, decimated by crime waves.
Exactly. And this is
I just realized that.
And this is exactly where I'm going with the poor direction here, is Verhoeven did this brilliantly, where he showed the fall of old Detroit. You saw this with how beat up all the cops are, the fact that the cops are going on strike because they're losing people. The first thing you see is one of the cops has been killed. They're going on strike. They don't want and we see the first as soon as Murphy gets out on the street. There's no backup for him.
Yeah. He's there, in fact, because he's replacing somebody who was killed in the original movie.
They're wildly outgunned. In this new movie, they keep telling us about how crime is this huge problem in America. We never see this.
Yeah, they never show anything. They don't show any. Do they show any crime?
They show us no crime.
They show us criminals who are in data banks, but they never show us anything that they don't do anything. Everything they do seems bloodless.
The only criminals he arrests are criminals the criminals who attempted to kill him already, or criminals that are on a most wanted list that scroll across his visor.
Yeah.
So we never actually see anyone do anything wrong in front of him. We never see any kind of...
There are no attacks, there are no riots, there's nothing.
Detroit looks fine.
Detroit looks fine, clean, modern.
So whatever there was in terms of like the old Detroit / new Detroit thing in the original Robocop, that's gone. Okay, but is that a fair comparison? Yeah, kind of, because we're dealing with this problem. The entire movie, the crux of this movie's problem is crime is a problem in America. So we need this thing, like Samuel L. Jackson, who by the way he was Bill O'Reilly in this movie.
Which I thought was kind of badly cast.
Well, it was.
Didn't work.
But this was the satirical element in this movie. Mm-hmm. This was terrible. This was horrible. Not because... This was the only satirical element in this movie.
Yeah. Was
the fact that they were satirizing, oh so brilliantly, the O'Reilly factor and conservative news media.
Mm-hmm.
Well done, guys.
Yeah.
Because that's low-hanging fruit. And they didn't even do it that well.
Yeah. No.
Okay.
It was kind of lame.
But okay. But the entire argument is, that Samuel O'Reilly is talking about how crime is this huge problem. Our officers are at risk. People are afraid they're locked up in our homes, and we need answers. We need something to keep our officers safe. And so we need robots on the soldiers, motherfucker. And I'm like,
we need. Not only do we need we need them here in America on our streets. It's not good enough that we're sending them to Afghanistan and things like that. We need them here to stop all these horrible criminals destroying, and then it'll show you nothing but idyllic neighborhoods and modern skyscrapers.
Yeah.
The neighborhood he lives in, beautiful.
Murphy lives in a nice little gated community. There's nothing going wrong in his community.
Nothing.
In fact, he lives very well. He lives on a cop's pay.
He lives in a nice house.
He lives in a fantastic house. It makes our house look like crap.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, his interior decoration, his house is spotless.
Yeah, his life is spotless, and that's kind of the problem.
There's
no. We'll get back to this. I just have to point out there's no emotional connection to Murphy and his family because everything is spotless and perfect.
Did you see that sex scene between them, where he just goes into the room, and then they just kind of lean against each other. And then he just goes for her blouse.
Yeah.
And then I'm like...
But then they're kissing like this. They're kind of just mashing their faces together.
And then just chests together. And I'm like, you did not earn this at all. It was like watching Ken and Barbie dolls.
Yeah, it was. It was sexless sex. There was no. It was like watching somebody mash their Barbies together.
But that's because the actor playing Murphy is terrible.
When he was doing the actual not RoboCop parts, yeah,
he's terrible. Yeah. In fact, he was and I really do hate picking on actors like this, but he was fucking horrible because the first line he says. He's walking through the station, and somebody goes, "Hey, Murphy, something wrong?" And he goes, "No." Just like that. He goes, "No."
Yeah.
He has no emotion at any point in this movie. No wonder he's fucking RoboCop.
Yeah. That was the point that I thought he did okay at when he was being just RoboCop with no emotion. He can do that.
He didn't have to change at all. He had no emotional already, so it was they're like, okay, decreases dopamine levels. He's like, but he'll be completely flat and emotionless.
And we're like,
the doctor's like,
how can you tell?
The doctor's like, so nothing will change then. I'm like,
that's not what he said. He could have, but it's not. Okay, where were we?
I don't know. But okay, crime.
There is no visible crime in this city. at all.
So I don't see a need for
Does
Robocop.
Detroit actually look that good in real life? I've never been to Detroit lately, so...
Detroit probably looks like crap today. It looks way better. I don't know.
Like, that had to have been shot in, like, Vancouver or Toronto or something, because it was gorgeous. It was a beautiful city.
Great.
Completely clean, no trash, no criminals, nothing.
But yeah, that's the genius of the first movie is, well, Detroit looks like a toilet.
Yeah.
And a toilet that the fucking cockroaches are better armed than the cops are. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing is, like, the criminals right away established are far better armed than the cops are.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like, that was what I was expecting to see, is that I expected to see the same thing, really, because they're like, okay, we need robots on the streets. Because
I was expecting them to do a thing where they were like, okay, people live in, like, very securely gated communities and then everything else is shit, or there's, like, curfews, things like that. But no, nothing like that.
Some disparity between the conservative and democratic, or we know the haves and have-nots, or something like that, where, like, the right-wing people are like, we need drones on the street to enforce order and things like that, and the more lower-class people are like, it's easy for you to say you don't have robots stomping through your streets.
Yeah.
You don't live in gated communities where you don't need robots in your streets. They're kicking down our doors and things like that.
And they kind of went into that point with the beginning, just
in Afghanistan,
showing, like Tehran. It was in Tehran.
Yeah.
The city of Tehran, and they showed it there, but
invading their privacy and things. And I'm like, okay.
It's like they tried to make a point, but they stopped just short of ever making their point.
They stopped completely short of it. Because, like, they showed the robots invading their privacy, scanning their bodies, subtle. Mm-hmm. But, okay, they're making their point. I'm like, okay, I see what you're doing. Okay, they're scanning their bodies, invading their privacy, they're making them all line up on the street with their hands up, scanning their fingerprints, scanning their retinas, they have no privacy here. Mm-hmm. And the media's talking about them like they're little pets. Mm-hmm. They're like, see how docile they are? Mm-hmm. See how happy they are?
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. And that actually was something I thought was not I was like, okay, subtle, but whatever. Yeah. Verhoeven was not subtle.
Yeah.
Whatever. So, but, like, now I'm expecting to see this translated to, like, I'll just say it, black people. You know what I mean? To translate it to inner cities. Mm-hmm. Them treating black people like this, to seeing robots do, like, Trayvon Martin type stuff.
Yeah, I was expecting things to go wrong.
For things to start going wrong.
And that's the problem.
Right. Because
it didn't.
In the Senate hearings, the guy against the drones is like, he's bringing Michael Keaton ahead. Michael Keaton who's head of OCP, is like, I want to put drones on the street. And the senator's like, well, what happens when one of these robots makes a mistake? What happens when a robot kills a kid? What then? Mm-hmm. And Michael Keaton's like, Mm-hmm. And I'm like, that's a fair question. What happens? But the thing is,
they never show us.
The thing is, these robots don't make mistakes.
Yeah.
They never do.
They're never shown in the movie, like, doing anything wrong.
Now, the thing is, what's supposed to shock us in these opening scenes, what's supposed to horrify us to our fucking core, is in Tehran, there's insurgents who are trying to attack the robots. So they strap on suicide bombs and they attack the robots because they're being oppressed. And they are. But that's a political point, not against... Whatever. It's a political point. Mm-hmm. But one of the kids of one of the insurgents picks up a knife and he runs out into the street. Mm-hmm. And he stands in front of one of the robots. And the robot, the Ed 209 robot, looks down at the kid, sees the kid has a knife, and assesses it as a weapon, and then turns around and just greases the kid with this assault cannon. Mm-hmm. Now, that was not a mistake on the robot's part.
On the robot's part, no.
The robot was programmed to see the knife as a weapon, and it was programmed to deal with that threat by annihilating the motherfucker with its assault cannon. Mm-hmm. That was not the robot's fault.
No.
That was the fault of the OCP motherfucker who programmed it that way. That was not the fault of the drone. Mm-hmm. So, like, you did not prove your point here. It's horrific, certainly, but it's not the fault of the fucking robot.
Yeah.
The robot did what you told it to do. Oh, god damn it. So like,
Yeah, and like if they really wanted to make the point, they definitely should have shown like robots malfunctioning and making mistakes.
yeah.
There was no mistake made in the actual narrative. Like,
So, but this is really easy to do.
yeah,
This is so easy to do because cops make these mistakes. Human cops make these mistakes. And this would have been another good point to make, that human cops make these mistakes as well. They're just as fallible. So what you do is you have an Ed 209 robot, like, let's say OCP is like, well, let's have a test. So, like, then they throw a kid, you know, they have a kid, and let's say the kid has a squirt gun or an airsoft gun, and the Ed 209 wrongly identifies it as a real gun and annihilates the kid because he thought it was a real gun.
yeah,
And you're like, well, that was a mistake.
yeah,
Ha! But then the guy says, well, a real cop might not have made that mistake. Might not have. Hence the need for a human emotion cop who might have made that assessment.
yeah,
I just wrote a better movie. You know? But instead, they're like, what if he made a mistake? And then they make this weird connection like, well, it needs human emotion. Yeah, what would an Ed 209 feel if
Yeah.
it killed a kid? And I'm like, the fuck does that have to do with anything?
yeah.
What does it feel? So fucking what?
Like, you just want it to feel sad?
You want it to feel bad? Okay. Like, I'll program it to feel really terrible. Can we have drones on the street now? Like, is that what you want? Like, I'll program it to weep.
Yeah.
Like, what are you saying, man?
So that part was a complete failure. Like, they didn't illustrate their point there at all.
But they keep coming back to it.
And they keep coming back to
They
it.
keep going like, so they're like, okay, now we got Murphy and we got Robocop and he's a human who's a cop and a robot. And now we can have drones on the street because public sentiment has turned around and now we can see how human and a robot is good for being on a drone on the street. And I'm like,
But then they never make the point there either.
we haven't proved shit.
Yeah.
It doesn't prove anything.
Because then they have to make him less and less human to make him work efficiently, because otherwise he's just a dude wearing too much metal.
Yeah. So I'm like, okay.
They're like, oh, we have to program him to be faster and stronger and to be more accurate because he was too slow before.
Right. Well, the first thing they want to do is like, okay, so the first thing they want is like, we need something relatable. Like, we need something that looks like a human. So, like, to put a face on the drone. So people can see this and be like, oh, that's a person, that's not so scary. So I'm like, okay, that's a start. And something that can speak and be relatable as a human. I'm like, okay, that's a start. I follow you. But the first thing they do, the very first goddamn thing they do, is when he starts going into seizures, is they fucking crush his emotions through, like, reducing his dopamine levels or whatever. So the first thing he fucking does is come out and be like, I am Borg. Seriously.
Yeah.
He goes out there, he's like, he walks out like fucking Frankenstein. He's like, I am Robocop. Stay out of trouble. You are under arrest. And then he leaps down from the fucking podium and he starts opening fire into the crowd.
Although, I mean, it's with, like, non-lethal, but at the same time,
I don't care.
They'd be panicking. They don't know that.
He opens fire into a crowd.
Because he's got, you know, the whole database of criminals in his uploaded brain now. So he sees a murderer in the crowd, like a wanted murderer.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Psh, you're under arrest. And this is, like, right after, like, he wigs out and they have to sedate him, basically, to make him more capable of walking out there, I guess.
Yeah, let me backpedal. This is the very first time the public has seen Robocop. So this is the public introduction to the face of the drones that they want to introduce to the United States. So this is the big selling moment. This is why we need drones here. This is the human face of OCP. This is why we need drones. So this is Robocop. You know, this is the man. And the very first fucking thing he does is he goes, "You are under arrest." And he whips out a fucking hand cannon and starts shooting like a madman, mad robot, into the crowd. Now, it's taser rounds, but they don't fucking know that.
Yeah.
It looks like he whips out a fucking hand cannon and just starts greasing a motherfucker into the crowd. And they start screaming, but the very next fucking thing we see is the newspapers and news reports saying, "Everyone loves Robocop." I'm like,
why?
Fuck that they do. God.
They never give us a reason why. Like, they never show him, like in the other one, they show him, like, rescuing a lady from being raped. They show him, helping people. In this, no, none of that.
Yeah.
He never... In fact, I don't think he ever even... Does he visibly stop any major, crimes from happening? No, he finds some people who were wanted, but he never actually, stops... You don't see him on camera stop, held up gas stations or anything like that.
In the original movie, he stops several crimes in progress to establish the fact that he's a good cop and that he does good things. In fact, he visits schools. Now he acts like a weird robot, but the kids seem to like him, and he's like, "Stay out of trouble." But he stops a convenience store robbery. And they're weirded out by him, but he still stopped it. He stopped a rape, and he only fired when it was strictly necessary, and he did it safely as possible, because he was given an impossible hostage situation. He blew the guy's dick off, but he didn't kill the guy. So so you've established this, but this guy, he's driving around, and the other thing is the first thing that he does is when he wakes up, he starts acting like this really psychotic, murderous weirdo. He's like, "I'm gonna find the motherfucker who tried to kill me, and I'm gonna kill him."
Yeah.
And I'm like...
So he's the Robocop of vengeance now?
Yeah, so he wakes up, and the first thing he does is, have, really violent, horrible emotions. And then he starts, trying to track down the motherfucker who did it, and then he starts, violently breaking people's limbs.
Yeah.
And extorting people through violence.
Yeah, threatening
people.
Careful. Okay.
Yeah, so he's
and at no point do we ever see him cuff anyone. We never see him get a warrant.
No.
I mean, that's a minor detail, but at least in the first one, it kind of seemed like they were going through police procedures. In this one, it just looks like Batman is kicking people in the face and not listening to the law at all.
Yeah, and you want to talk about invasion of human right, invasion of rights of privacy and shit like that. Apparently, Detroit has 100% pervasive CCTV coverage, because Robocop is able to instantaneously tune in to any CCTV camera, every one, instantaneously,
and they're everywhere,
and find anyone he wants instantaneously through facial recognition software.
Yeah, which again seems like they're doing that. Another heavy-handed message, because he's even got three cameras outside his home house.
They don't make it.
They never make anything up.
They don't make it. That's not a heavy-handed message, because they don't make it. That's a way more intrusive technology than the drone warfare.
I guess
domestically, because domestic drone warfare use is a really hot-button issue and something we should be debating. But they never make any message about the human impact of that here, because there's never an instance here where drone warfare impacts anyone in the United States in this movie.
Yeah.
Nobody gets killed because of drones in this movie.
Nope.
Nobody ever gets killed in this movie because of drones. The impact of this message is neutered because nobody gets killed by a drone.
Yes.
Instead, more people's rights are violated by the pervasive CCTV footage. I think Robocop finds one guy in his house. Remember when he gets that one guy coming out of his house?
Oh, yeah.
How did he know that guy was there?
Yeah, the guy coming out of his own house and getting in his car, right?
But, could you help me out here? Poor. But again, this is something I was like, why do we need Robocop for this? Because if we have pervasive camera footage of the entire city, okay, and he's able to access facial recognition software all over the city to find not only the suspect and his accomplices, which he can do, again, instantaneously, why don't we just have computers do this?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Why do we need Robocop?
Yeah, you could have the computers analyzing all the CCTV on a 24-hour basis.
All times.
Spotting wanted criminals.
But yeah, like
or crimes in progress.
Samuel L. O'Reilly is like, do you see these motherfuckers standing there not recognizing this wanted motherfucker? You know, and I'm like, okay, if Robocop, who has a computer brain, can find these guys instantaneously, why do we just not have a supercomputer analyzing all the cameras all the time for the
and
most
we've shown
wanted
that
criminal?
this technology exists. They can
Clearly.
scan people's, not only just their faces, but their fingerprints from afar, their eye retinas from afar.
Fingerprints, retinas, emotional content.
Yeah, whether they're, you know,
their
heart rate.
their empathic content, their heart rate. And this is from like hundreds of feet away. Sorry. Hundreds of feet away. And we can assess whether or not they are totally stoned.
that fucking
Yes, RoboCop starts beating the shit out of a guy. And then it starts like analyzing his face and it goes, status, totally stoned. I'm like, fuck.
That's an official.
Yeah. That's
the official term now.
That's his official robotic medical assessment of this guy.
Is that he's totally stoned.
Medical assessment.
I'm surprised it didn't just say high as fuck.
Blitzed off his coconut. Totally stoned. I'm not even fucking kidding you. That's what it says. Totally fucking. Go on.
Okay. One of the things that really pissed me off is what they did to Lewis. Fuck that.
For no reason.
For no reason. Okay, well, start off. In the original Robocop, Lewis is Murphy's partner, and she is shown to be a competent officer and Murphy's friend. And at one point, she saves his life. She saves his life, gets him his gun, hides him so that he doesn't get killed by the people coming after him. In this, they make Lewis a guy.
A token.
And he does nothing.
Nothing.
He does nothing.
Well, he gets shot twice.
He gets shot a couple times, yeah. But he doesn't save anybody. He's just kind of there, and you don't feel anything about him. It's just like,
well, we
never really see that he has a personality.
He shows up and then he vanishes. He's like
in the original RoboCop, Lewis is basically, like you were saying, his Murphy's human connection, his connection to humanity.
Right.
In this one, Lewis is just there.
Yeah.
He does nothing to remind Murphy that he's a person. He like feebly kind of tries, like, yo, dude, let's go get those guys.
And then he never gets those guys.
And then he never gets those guys. And then, like, he just kind of lets it go. He's just like, oh, well, I guess I can't fight the powers.
Yeah. Robocop shows up in the parking garage, and he's like, hey, man, good to see you back, brother. And he's like, you want to get those suckers? And he's like, hell yeah. And then he drives off, and then they never get those guys. And I'm like, what?
They do nothing about the case. They do...
Yeah.
The partner... Yeah. He was useless.
And then, like, yeah, I was like, it's almost like you can see the rewrite that occurred there. Oh my god. But, I'm sorry.
That part definitely pissed me off. Like, I really liked Lewis's character in the original.
He's not in this movie.
He just, yeah.
He shows up. This is almost literally his entire role in this movie. He shows up and he goes, hey, Murphy, I am your partner. Goodbye. And then he leaves, and I'm like, ah!
He gets shot, which does nothing to affect the story.
Yeah, it makes it. No, well,
he
it's
gets
like
shot at the beginning, and that does nothing.
Well, it makes Murphy say that he is mad.
Yeah.
You can't tell, judging by the lack of expression on his face. Murphy just goes, I am mad about this. And this is when he's human.
Yeah, this is before he's even Robocop.
He's like, I am mad about this, and I will arrest that man.
Yeah. And then he goes home to his wife after his hard day at work. Oh, the fucking bomb!
Oh, the bomb!
Fucking bomb!
Okay, yeah. So Murphy, like, goes there, goes to the chief, And he's like, that arrest where my partner got shot, I believe that the guns that went down at that deal were provided by dirty cops. And by the way, the dirty cops are like right there.
Yeah, they're always right there.
And then he's like,
Except he's still human.
He's human, by the way, but you can still hear the servo. He's like, I believe you two are the dirty cops of which I speak.
And they're just like, what?
And they're like,
then they walk away.
And they're like, no, we're not.
Yeah.
We totally are. And yeah, they're basically like,
they're there to be skeevy and completely obviously suspicious.
And they totally are. They're like, you are not Murphy, and you're gonna pay for this. And they walk off, and they're like, Murphy's like, you saw that, right? And the chief is like,
whatever.
Yeah, the chief is like, you can't let them bother you, Murphy. And I'm like,
and also, this is not a matter for you to worry about.
Yeah, it's like, don't worry about those guys, Murphy. I'm like,
Don't worry about those guns disappearing from our confiscated vaults.
Those 2 crates of military-grade assault rifles that disappeared from our evidence locker.
Not a big deal.
Not a big deal, man. Like, we're not gonna put... We're not gonna put everyone we have on this?
Yeah.
Like...
And I mean, I know why they didn't.
Well, I know, yeah, we know later why they didn't, but, like, Murphy's not at all concerned by this, but, like, the chief... The chief is like... She's like, no more of your stunts, Murphy. Next time you're gonna do exactly what I say. And I'm like, no more of your stunts. Like a fucking arsenal disappeared from the evidence locker. Yeah. This doesn't worry you?
Yeah.
Like, they would have had to back a fucking forklift to the fucking evidence locker, and nobody saw this! Like, somebody had to fucking...
Yeah, but the bomb.
Half the fucking police force is part of this! How the fuck did they get, like, 2 crates of assault rifles out the fucking back door?
They hid them under their shirts.
Ah!
Okay, but then, the crime lord that the 2 dirty cops are working for...
Who's not Clarence Boddicker.
Yeah. He's not anyone. I don't even remember.
He's just some guy!
Yeah, he doesn't do anything. He never acts even particularly
Fuck this
evil.
Movie!
And the dirty cops go see him in public, knowing there's CCTV everywhere.
Yeah, there's CCTV everywhere, which we'll get back to. And by the way, this guy...
Which not only records video, but also
it records!
audio.
It records! The CCTV records video and audio and heartbeat and emotional data. Every camera...
Apparently it does all this stuff, and then there's just people like... And they hired the people who work at YouTube to monitor it or something.
Of every camera in Detroit at all times.
Yeah.
And this isn't... Like, people are worried about drones? There's cameras recording every conversation that you have every second of every day.
Yeah.
We're worried about drones. Fuck me! But, okay, this guy is having a conversation about murdering cops.
In public.
In public.
In a restaurant. They're like sitting in an outdoor restaurant.
We see this shit.
About this. Over beers.
But this guy... This happens several times in the movie. This guy, he keeps going on about... He keeps telling his henchman, don't you have conversations on unencrypted phones? Don't you do it! No, he's like, are your phone...
He doesn't even get that mad about it. He's so not evil or scary.
He's like, he's like, you turn your phone off.
No, he was like sarcastic about it. He was like, someone made a phone call on an unsecured line.
He's like,
the guy's like, oh, puts his phone away. He doesn't get shot. Like, a bad guy would turn around and like, you, shoot him. No, not this guy. He's just like, oh, my bad, sorry. I was just checking in on Foursquare.
Is that, can we make our drug deal now? Or would Antwile like to turn off his phone?
But anyway, in fact, he doesn't even want to kill Murphy. the two dirty cops are like, no, we'll do it. And he's like, no, I don't want any cop blood on my hands.
He's like,
they're like, no, it's cool. We got this.
Yeah, he's like, why do you want to kill this guy? He doesn't have any evidence on you.
Yeah, he's got nothing. And they're like, no, we have to take care of it now. And he's like,
why?
I don't want the whole police force on my head.
He's like, yeah, you kill a cop, and every cop in the city's gonna... And by the way, we don't know this yet, but he's like, the chief of police is on our side.
Mm-hmm.
The chief of police will just reassign him.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, no, we gotta kill this guy.
We gotta kill him before he cracks this case.
And there's no reason to kill this guy. The chief of police could just fire him.
Yeah. But then... it gets worse. Their method of killing him is apparently a bomb.
Okay, yeah. Go on. I'm sorry.
And we never see the bomb. They never show. It's just
we do.
Well,
he puts it under the car.
It's like it's implied. It's like here's a Glade plug-in stick on.
Yeah, it sticks under the car.
But here's the thing. They do it while he's at the hospital visiting Lewis, who's fine.
Okay. Yeah.
He gets in his car and then drives away.
Yeah.
And nothing happens. He gets home and nothing happens. He goes in and talks to his wife and nothing happens.
Right.
What the fuck is up with this bomb? Why didn't it just go off there?
Yeah, he's in the hospital. They put the bomb under his car. And then the next scene, he's home.
Yeah, they don't even show, they could have made a moment of
They don't even show him driving. Yeah, there's no
They could have shown him opening the door and nothing happened.
Like, tense music.
Yeah, but no, it's just straight cut
He's in the room with Lewis, and he's like, you're gonna be okay. You're gonna be okay, buddy. And Lewis is like, well, goodbye.
He woke up. He was pretending to sleep, remember?
You are pretending to sleep, aren't you?
You asshole.
You are funny. I am amused by your antics.
But yeah, then the very next scene is
just hard cut. He comes home.
He's walking in the door. And we both looked at each other and
I'm
we're
like,
what
how
happened to
the fuck? How did he get home?
Why didn't the bomb go off while he was going home?
And the bomb just doesn't go off.
Yeah. And anyway, he has strange, awkward, wooden conversation with his wife and kid.
I find you attractive.
For not even long enough to establish any kind of emotion or rapport. We're told.
Is our child doing adequately at school?
It's kind of shoved into our head that he loves his family and they're perfect and wonderful, but we never see anything of them. Not enough to feel anything about them. And then, he goes up and they have
He gets to first base with his wife.
The face mushing kissy scene. That's what they do. And then
the car
alarm starts going off. And again, they can't be having very good sex because he's like, oh no, I've got to fix it. It's gonna wake up our kid. And she's shirtless at this point with just a bra, and she's like, just leave it, it'll go off. And he's like, no, I have to go fix the car alarm. Because he's like, oh, I thought I fixed that, so it's been doing this
I have to go
before.
fix that.
So then he goes down, and it's not working, so he goes open the door, and then he gets blown up.
And then the bomb goes off. What?
Was it programmed to do that? We never saw them program anything. We have no idea how smart, if this bomb was high-tech or low-tech.
But why, at that moment, would the bomb go off?
Mm-hmm.
Why? Was it on a timer?
And if it was on a timer, it went off at night when he would be least likely to be in his car. Because they would have to know he was driving home from the hospital.
What if he just didn't go? What if he just kept fucking his wife?
Yeah.
Would it still have
gone off? Would it have kept going and then gone off when he finally did go down there?
What if he just went to his window and kept hitting the remote? Mm-hmm. And it didn't work, and he just was like, oh, fuck it. And he just went back and kept fucking his wife.
Yeah.
What if he was like, Tim?
Yeah.
Tim, take the fucking keys.
Yeah, whatever. His wife, honey, can you go? I'm tired.
Yeah.
I had a long day.
Yeah, Jill, would you take the fucking keys and just turn the car alarm off?
Yeah.
I've had a really hard day being a cop today. Mm-hmm. Would it have gone off? Was there a person... Was there... Because that's the only that's the only thing that makes sense to me is there was a person holding the detonator there.
But they could have... that didn't happen. And, there's so many times it should have gone off when it didn't. Do it when he's driving home. Do it right when he pulls into his driveway.
There was no reason it should not have gone off at the hospital.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, you suggested the idea that maybe it was so that it could have gone off in front of his family.
Mm-hmm.
But two problems with that. They had nothing against his family, or they had nothing against him so bad that they wanted to make an example of him, or send a message to his family.
Or if they did have that against him, we never
they didn't
saw it
see
in the
it.
movie.
They did, the kid and wife never saw it.
Yeah.
You know, so like that.
And no one ever goes after them again.
It was a good thought.
You know.
Yeah, it was a good thought. It was a better idea than the movie ever had.
Mm-hmm.
So you wrote a better movie. Like, let's say that Murphy killed one of the dirty cops.
Mm-hmm.
Then I could see the cop being like,
get vengeance
on him. He's like, I want to do more than kill Murphy. I want to fuck up his family too.
Mm-hmm.
I want to do him right in front of his family. Like,
but that doesn't happen.
that doesn't happen. Like that I could see. Like let's kill him now. No. I want to do it in front. I want to do it at his home.
Yeah.
I want to do it in front of his kid. I want his kid to see it.
Yeah.
Like,
so basically, the only reason it happened the way it did is for the audience's benefit. For us to go, oh no, right in front of his family. And
I don't think that was it.
Really? I think it was. I can't see any other reason for them delaying it, other than they're like, they like wrote themselves into a corner. They're like, oh shit, we haven't introduced the wife yet.
That's why is
because then they could have just put that scene before he goes to the hospital.
The reason why is because they needed to have that scene happen at home, because they needed Robocop to go home to analyze the scene of his own death, to see the bomb explosion,
mm-hmm.
and to look up and see his son,
mm-hmm.
who's looking out through the window.
Mm-hmm.
They needed that moment, and they needed him to visit his wife. They needed that moment where he visits his wife.
Mm-hmm.
So they needed to get him somehow from the hospital to home. They needed that somehow.
Yeah.
But I'm like, okay, don't put the bomb on the car at the hospital.
Do it when he gets home.
This is
obviously know where he lives.
This is what you call reshoots. Like, just put a car in a driveway somewhere and then film the guy in the driveway put the bomb under the car.
Well, then he'd get seen by the cameras.
He would have gotten seen by the cameras in the hospital.
You're right. They probably there would have been. Why weren't there cameras out in the hospital parking lot? They're everywhere else.
If there were going to be CCTV cameras anywhere, it would have been in front of the hospital.
Yeah.
Why would he risk doing that in front of a hospital?
Yeah.
There would be witnesses.
In public.
There would be witnesses fucking everywhere in the front of a hospital.
Yeah.
That would be the dumbest place ever to do it. Barring a police station.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ.
I have no answers.
This guy's an idiot. Oh, well, actually, no, the biggest idiot in this movie is Murphy. But Jesus Christ, this movie. I'm not drinking fast enough.
What else problems?
We just got to him blowing up.
Yeah, we did.
Then there's Michael Keaton. Where's Michael Keaton been?
I don't know.
Seriously, I haven't seen him in shit.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Like, the last movie I saw him in was, like, Multiplicity.
I don't think it was that long ago, but it's been a while.
Ugh. Anyway, he's dropped off the face of the earth. I haven't seen him in shit. But yeah, he's in this movie, and he plays the guy who runs OCP. Or, like, it's not, I don't even think it's OCP. It's like...
It is OCP.
I think they mentioned, like, OCP is the parent company or something. Anyway, it's OCP.
Mm.
But, like... Yeah, he runs he just runs like a generic bad guy.
Yeah.
He's just a generic slimy corporate guy.
Yeah.
And basically every line he says is just like slimy corporate thing, slimy corporate, slimy thing.
Yeah, and none of it is even menacing in any way.
No, he's just
like he doesn't give you that icky feeling in your gut that a real good bad guy will give you, even if they're not physically threatening. He didn't do that, though.
He just doesn't care. He's just like... He's not even like that money-grubbing type of corporate guy in that sense where you're just like... He's not sadistic or like backstabbing and that like, I'll do anything for money. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah, he doesn't stab anyone in the back. He doesn't like betray his own people.
No. Not until he really starts like fucking over Murphy at the end, but he's just kind of like... He's just kind of looking at stock numbers and being like, you know what we need? We need a cyborg.
Yeah.
Ooh. And so he's just like,
He's very upbeat about it all, too.
yeah, he's always very perky about it, but he's still not. They don't even go for like if you were gonna go like villainous with that, he doesn't even go far enough with that.
Yeah.
Um,
It's not like the perky, insane villain. It's just like
corporate synergy type villain.
yeah. He's just like,
You know.
I've got a golf meeting. This will be great.
Yeah, he's not even that kind of dickish, but like he's like he just kind of talks to his scientist guy, and he's like, "Do what you need to do. I'll be over here drinking coffee." You know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Huh.
And then everyone responds to him like like they were told to act kind of like he was threatening, but he's not.
No.
It's like they forgot to put that part in.
Like even the old man that's what his name is in the original Robocop movies is the old man. He has no name in those movies.
I didn't know that.
He's the old man. He's actually kind of threatening. He's like senile and kind of like goofy, but the thing is he owns like this major military company, and so like if you make him mad, he snaps his fingers and you disappear.
Mm-hmm.
Like he actually has this kind of weird menace. Michael Keaton in this movie has no menace.
No menace.
It's kind of strange. It's weird that he doesn't, in a way. I wonder about that.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird how non-threatening he is.
Yeah.
Considering how scary all the technology and power he wields, he's just a guy in like a sweater.
And like, yeah, that, and he never, like, again, going back to the fact that nothing ever goes majorly wrong with the
Right.
robots.
There's
There's no point where we get to see him go, I don't care how many people got killed by
Yeah.
this, fix it, and I want it on the market in
yeah,
5
right.
days or something.
That's exactly
never
it.
see that.
Like in the original Robocop, you're exactly right. In the original Robocop, the very first thing we see is Ed 209 malfunctioning and fucking jackhammering that guy with about 3 billion rounds of ammunition.
Mm-hmm.
We see what happens when those things fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
We see what the potential destruction of those things are when we let those things out on an unwitting populace to enforce law.
Yeah.
They'll fuck up and they'll fucking annihilate people.
Mm-hmm.
And we see that when, Dick Jones and the old man are put in charge of this stuff, if they let those things go out, they don't give a shit.
Yeah.
They don't care.
They're just like, fix it so that we can put it on the market, otherwise we'll lose money. Whereas in this, you never see anything malfunction, nothing goes wrong, so there's nothing to show that he's a money-grubbing psychopath.
Yeah, and that goes back to my point. It's like, the Ed 209 was put together like crap.
Mm-hmm.
It malfunctioned. It was making mistakes. They tried to program it right, but it was put together like crap.
Yeah, and they were rushed to try and get it on market,
Yeah.
like a bad company would.
But OCP is a brilliant company. Their products work perfectly.
Yeah, in one of the scenes they're showing, like, another part of their research is making artificial limbs for amputees, and they're great. They work awesome.
Their prosthetics.
There's people running around and
their androids are like 100% efficiency.
Mm-hmm.
They never miss.
Mm-hmm.
They can clear rooms with guns akimbo.
Mm-hmm.
Like they don't need RoboCop even.
Mm-hmm.
The androids are better than RoboCop.
Mm-hmm.
The Ed 209s are terrific, and I'm like, this company is fantastic.
Yeah, their stuff for amputees is amazing and like life-changing amazing, and then we're supposed to still think of them as an evil corporation.
And the guy might be unscrupulous when it comes to Murphy, but the thing is, like, these guys do like an amazing, like, whatever you made. Like, I'm digging a hole here with Tehran, but like, they're only doing what the government has contracted them to do, for one. Now, let's put politics aside here, which this movie cannot do. But the thing is, these robots are flawless.
Yeah.
They do not make mistakes. Like, Ed 209 fucked up. It was put together like shit.
Mm-hmm.
These robots are doing exactly what they were programmed to do.
Yeah.
Now, they were programmed to fucking annihilate kids with knives, but Ed 209 was not programmed to annihilate Mr. Kinney when he threw down his gun.
Mm-hmm.
That was a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
So, now, like, if you put that same... If you had, like, let's say Microsoft be OCP, and Ed 209 fucking blue-screened and failed to recognize that kid with a knife as a threat, and gun that kid down, and Michael Keaton was like, oh, whatever, we'll roll it, we got 2 weeks of deadline, we'll patch it later.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'd be like, wow, this guy's a dick.
Yeah. They never even comment on that part.
Yeah, no, they never even bring that up. And that was caught on TV.
Yeah.
That was something that was caught.
Never at any point, there's never any counterpoint saying, look what these monsters did, they killed a kid. That never happens. Never see anyone react to it.
Yeah, exactly. That was something that was on the Samuel L. O'Reilly factor.
Mm-hmm.
They caught that on national TV, this Ed 209 greasing a kid.
Mm-hmm. And no one ever brings it up. Not even the guy who's opposed to
Not
robots.
even the senator brings that up. And I think that scene was right after that.
Yeah.
We're like, what if a robot kills a kid? What would the robot feel? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, it just happened.
Did you miss this part?
I was like, it just literally happened. I'm like,
yeah. So once again, that scene was in there only for the audience to feel outrage about. It had no effect on the movie whatsoever.
I'm losing my mind about this movie.
Okay, so then Murphy gets blown up. Go from there.
Okay.
We can do this.
As you might imagine, well, then they completely fuck up the character, immediately. He's completely different than what you'd expect. If you've seen the first movie, fuck that.
Yeah.
They
threw that out the window.
Here was my main problem with it. And I'm not even sure how to approach it.
Can I?
Go ahead, please.
My biggest problem was the fact that in the original RoboCop, what you see from the beginning of RoboCop being RoboCop is his struggle to regain even the slightest bit of humanity.
Yes.
Whereas in this, when he's RoboCop for the first time, he's still him. He's fine. He's not robotic. He's not programmed. Nothing in his brain suggests that he's been programmed. And so that struggle isn't there until later. They try to kind of wedge it in, and it doesn't work.
Well, I get what they were trying to do, is that he was struggling to come to terms with the transition to his prosthesis.
Mm-hmm.
But they do nothing with it. It would have been something. Okay, when he wakes up, he still has all the emotions and feelings that he did when he was human, but he's been transplanted into this robot body. Mm-hmm. Which is very jarring if you've seen the first movie, considering in the first movie, he has no emotions. He's been essentially mind-wiped.
Yeah. In the first movie, he has no memories. He doesn't dream or anything. In this one, that kind of bugged me just out of a weird level. They're like, oh, he's having a nice dream.
Yeah.
And in the other one, they're like, he doesn't dream, he's a robot.
Yeah.
We programmed him not to dream.
They've essentially used his brain and wiped it, but they use his brain as essentially like a CPU.
Yeah.
It's just like a processor.
In the first one.
But there's still but what makes it unique is that there's still residual stuff in there. And as the movie goes on, it's brought to the forefront and he regains his soul, to speak. You get
flashes of him remembering his human existence, and it's furthered by Lewis being there and triggering his memories.
Yeah, and this is where I'm coming back to Lewis. Mm-hmm. Is so as the movie goes on, the memories are triggered, and that brings his consciousness back, his soul, or whatever you want to call it, and that brings Murphy back. Mm-hmm. His memories of his wife come back, and his friendship with Lewis, and all that stuff comes back, and at the end, that line says, nice shooting, son, what's your name? And instead of Robocop or, he goes, Murphy, and he kind of smiles. Mm-hmm. And you're like, okay, he's Murphy again. Mm-hmm. Fine. I'm like, that was growth.
Yeah.
That's called a character arc. He started here, and he came here. Mm-hmm. Brilliant. Okay, now, the way they went from here actually had potential. You had this guy who was a serious burn victim. He was near death, and they put him in a prosthesis, and he has to learn how to acclimate to that. Mm-hmm. there's potential there. That can happen. It's radically different from the first movie, but it's a superhero concept. You can see where that can come into play. Like it's like Captain America.
Suddenly you're not who you were when you went to sleep, and now you have all these weird powers.
All of a sudden you're a Superman. So now you got to get used to this. So there is still a character arc at place there. And
can I interject real quick?
Yes, please.
Just what I kept expecting to happen was for him to fuck up. He's like, I have robot hands now.
Make a mistake.
I expected him to crush something or knock somebody down or stumble because he's not used to the weight and the new center of balance in his body. Never happens. He's perfect from the get-go.
From the first moment, they're like, the doctor is like, they're worried he's going to like freak out or break out and escape or something like that. And the doctor is like, no, let him go. You can walk. And he does.
Yeah, he walks just fine. And then
he runs and he leaps.
And he leaps.
And he's perfect. And I'm like, it would be something like if he was in his harness and he like broke out and he tried to walk and he fell.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, you need time to get used to this. Something like that. And he's like, no, I gotta get out of here. And he like...
But no, that never happens.
He's perfect from day one. And I'm like, there's no growth there.
Yeah.
And so this is where I'm going back to with Lewis. Is like in the original RoboCop, she was the emotional anchor, at least at first. She was the original trigger that brought that when she said, Murphy, it's you. She told him his name.
Yeah.
And that was the first spark. The dream was, but then she gave him his name.
Yeah.
So in this movie, there's no Lewis. Not really.
Yeah.
But in this movie, what's supposed to be kind of the emotional anchor is his wife, who has not left, but his wife and child are there. So they introduce the wife and child, who still love him very much, and when he is permanently like disfigured and disabled and stuff like that, she signs the paperwork to put him in the Robocop thing. And so now you're thinking like, okay, so she's going to be the one to kind of help acclimate him to the thing, or maybe like if he's going to be like mind wiped or something like that, it's going to be a struggle to bring him back.
Yeah, he'll have to remember her.
And that's kind of what I thought would happen, was like he was going to be like a complete blank slate. And she was going to have to really struggle and like, he wasn't going to remember her. And she was going to be like devastated and then try her best to bring him back. That's not what happened at all. No. But he's like really ashamed. He thinks he's a freak. And so like he won't, when he makes Skype calls, he like has the camera like right up here. So, but I'm like, okay, you can still do that, fine. But after that moment, like he meets her like once and then he like runs off.
Yeah.
Nothing goes wrong, though.
No, nothing goes wrong. Like, what I expected when he finally goes back to meet his family, I was like, okay, the little kid's gonna be scared and start screaming, "You're not my dad!"
Yeah.
No, the kid's fine.
That's what you'd think.
Kid's just like, I taped some hockey games for you.
The kid isn't really cool with it, but the kid is just kind of... the kid's such a bad actor, too.
The kid's kind of emotional,
The kid is terrible.
I guess in a way that made it good casting because
they're
both completely
flatlined. And again, we're not exaggerating. The kid is terrible. The kid is just
he wasn't in it. He didn't do anything. Like, he never had an emotion. Like, you should have made the kid cry. You should have made the kid scream. He should have had a reaction to seeing his dad become this horrible metal monster.
No, like, when this big fuck-off robot comes in the room...
Or at least go the other way and be like, cool!
Yeah, that's what I was... Actually, that was the thing, is, like, if I was doing this, I would actually kind of invert that expectation, is instead of the kid being like, no, Dad, what happened? I would be like... The kid would be psyched.
Yeah.
Like, oh my god, Dad, that's awesome!
Yeah.
Like, do the thing with the visor!
Yeah.
Like, because, like, you're a transformer! Like, you're a superhero!
Well, like how, like, in the first one, like, the big thing is that he does the little gun spinny thing.
Yeah!
His son loves it.
Did you do that, Dad?
It's on TV.
Like, that's what I would have done, like, a callback to that. Yeah. Be like, oh my god, you pull a gun out of your leg! Like,
there were almost no callbacks in this movie, and the ones that were there for no reason.
Fucked him up!
They fucked him up so
hard.
My
god, I almost wanted to walk out when that guy said, I wouldn't buy that for $1.
Yeah, which is not established for any
That was it. That was the moment.
Yeah.
That was the moment.
That was going to be my second guess. Because there's no TV show with that weird, creepy guy.
And that was...
And that's never a catchphrase anywhere else in the movie.
And that, well, yeah, was that... Actually, it was pretty early, wasn't it? Because it was that moment and the moment when he started playing If I Only Had a Brain.
Yeah, you got really mad about that.
I got fucking furious, because I was like, you know what, if you just started up with that joke and then turned the music right off, I'd have been okay with that. I'd have been like, oh, fuck that joke. But the thing is, they played the whole fucking song.
Yeah.
The whole fucking song. And I'm like, fucking get it, man.
Yeah. And I don't know, that guy just...
That guy was terrible, too.
Yeah. Like, we never see why he hates Murphy, but he does.
I don't know why. He's just...
He's like, I resent you because reasons.
Yeah, he's
it's
just like...
in the script, so I'm gonna hate you.
Yeah, he's just like... He's like, I like robots, and you're a dumb robot.
You're not a robot enough for me.
Yeah, that's literally the reason. He's just like, robots are good, and you're a you're a dumb, stupid head robot.
Yeah, I'm gonna totally do my best to make sure you fail.
And I'm gonna beat you up because you're a stupid head robot.
Yeah, and they never give us any reason why. Like, it's not like they say, okay, now we're just decommissioning all of the robots you're in charge of, so you're fucked, you're out of a job. They never do that.
Like, it would have been one thing if, like, he started, like, radically outperforming his robots.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if he was going, like, if he was like, look at this thing, he's like he's got like a human brain.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's so much slower. The like human synapses are so much slower than like a robot brain. There's no way. And then he starts like radically outperforming. Like,
yeah, then I'd see him being really...
Then I could see him like being resentful.
Yeah. But
like,
that didn't really happen.
No. He's like, my robots are better, and then his robots are better.
Yeah, and then they visibly prove his robots to be better.
And
they have to do more stuff to Murphy to make him comparable to the robots.
But yeah, I don't see why...
So that guy was kind of justified all along, saying, no, this is shit.
But I don't see why he's mad, because I'm like, he's right. Mm-hmm. So, like, he should be happy. But the only reason he's, like, the only legit beef he has with him is when he, like, shoots him with the taser.
Yeah.
And, like, really? That's not much of a reason, because, I don't know, but...
He was just a badly done character. Like,
but
he didn't even need to be there. He was not there for any good reason.
He was there just to be, like...
A dick.
No, he was there just to be, like, the villain to fight at the end, and you knew he was. You know, he was just...
Except he hardly was. It was like...
He was there as...
I finally got you, you can't shoot me, and then...
But he was there as Michael Keaton's muscle.
Yeah.
But that he was always... You knew right from the beginning that was what he was, you know... He was just because there was no one else to threaten him. Mm-hmm. Because it was obvious that crime, he wasn't even a drug guy. The guy who, I don't even know what he was.
I don't know, he was the one selling weapons.
The weapon guy.
Yeah.
He was never given any kind of character.
No.
Not like Clarence Boddicker. Mm-hmm. And by the way, every one of those guys who followed Clarence Boddicker had a character. Mm-hmm. Every one of those guys was identifiable.
Yeah. None of these guys. I can't even remember the people who worked for this guy.
Yeah.
Other than the two dirty cops.
But all you know is that they were two dirty cops. Yeah. Do you remember what they looked like?
One was kind of middle-aged.
Yeah, like, first, like, do you remember their names? The second question, do you remember what they looked like? Do you remember if they were... do you remember if they were both white?
Oh, I can't even remember that. I can't remember.
Right?
I don't remember at all.
That's amazing, because I don't. I can't remember their ethnicity.
Yeah, they were...
That's how worthless they are in this movie.
It's like everybody who should have been a villain in this movie had not enough screen time or character direction to be a villain in this movie. Whereas
in the Verhoeven Robocop, I can remember virtually all of their names, or I can remember a defining character trait or moment about every single one of them.
Yeah.
I can remember that the guy with the fucking annoying laugh, or the fact that Lewis looked at his big dick, or the guy who crashes into his name is Leon, the guy who crashes into the fucking toxic waste truck, the van. He shoots up the gas station. You know, you a college boy? I like it. You know, he's got so many moments. You know?
There are so many. They're real characters.
The guy who looks like Pat the NES
not real like like accurate human beings, but they're characters.
The guy looks like Pat the NES punk who tries to kick Robocop in his robot dick.
Mm-hmm.
There's all these characters that I remember. I can't remember.
I wouldn't remember Lewis if I wasn't so pissed about the change they made and turned him into Duke Lewis.
Yeah. I wouldn't remember any.
Like, he was barely in the movie, and there was no reason for him to be there if they weren't going to make him be Lewis.
I remember all of these guys who followed Clarence Boddicker. There was the only one I can't really remember is there's like a kind of a either Asian / Indian guy with a headband, but he gets killed like really fast.
Yeah. We don't care about him.
Yeah, he doesn't really have.
Quick.
He doesn't have much of a character, but yeah. I can remember all those guys. I can even remember the guys who work in the cocaine factory. The bald guy named Sal. Mm-hmm. The guy he sticks. Clarence sticks his finger in the guy's wine and like sniffs it for no reason. He's like, I'm like, come on, Sal, take us a plane tonight. Like, I remember that shit because it's awesome, and they're good actors. I remember none of these people. Mm-hmm. I just remember the guy.
Everybody was one note, and some of them didn't even have one note. It's like,
when I can't remember if those guys are white or not white. I can't remember if they both had hair.
Yeah, I can kind of remember the slightly tubby guy, and that's it.
I can remember that the guy who played
his partner.
I can remember the guy who played the gun guy, who I can't remember his name. I can remember he had like reddish hair.
I don't remember that.
Yeah. He had kind of like Robert Redford-ish hair.
I'll have to take your word for it.
It is. This is pathetic.
It's okay. We need to get back to the
kid. Let me get back to the kid. Yeah. What killed me about the kid was this is how bad of an actor this kid is. When Robocop goes home to analyze the scene of his murder, he's looking around. He sees the thing. He sees the bomb fragments. He's replaying the scene of his death, which, by the way, was recorded by literally 4 different cameras. Mm-hmm. 4.
Also, I don't know why they call it a murder, since at no point do they call him officially dead.
It might have been an attempted, whatever. They recorded the attempted murder scene, but it was recorded by 4 fucking cameras. So then he looks up upstairs, and he sees his son, who's looking out the window at him. Mm-hmm. And because of his Robocop vision, it assesses his emotional state. Mm-hmm. And it says, not even joking, terrified, panicked.
Yeah, stuff like that.
It says
the kid's just sitting there like this.
Oh no! It says panicked / shocked.
Yeah.
And the kid is just like
looking out the window blankly.
It would be like if the kid was looking at an empty driveway. Yeah. It really is just like if the kid was looking at the cameraman. Mm-hmm. It's just like...
look out the window, son.
If the director was just like...
Try to have a feel. I can't...
No, I don't think the director was even telling it. That it was like, okay, son, just look out the window for a minute, okay?
Yeah. The kid was pretty bad.
Because if the director said, look out the window and act terrified, oh my god. Oh my god.
It would have gone like this little.
Because... I don't even know how you would act terrified looking out the window, because you wouldn't be looking out the window. You'd be like, oh shit! And then not be looking out the window anymore.
Yeah.
Terrified / in shock is not looking out the window no more.
Yeah.
What? I don't even know what...
I don't know, if a car explodes in your driveway, you should be a little more upset. There's not even a scene of the kid going, Mom, what happened? Mom, what's going on? The kid barely speaks to his mom either.
Yeah, the kid is just
and he never misbehaves, he never does anything. He's not a real child, he's a little robo kid.
Yeah, the kid is more of a robot. Jesus Christ. Sorry. I'm dying here.
Yeah. So after that...
I don't even know. Where were we? The kid, he just woke up.
Well, he goes and analyzes...
By the way, they're in China. They're in fucking China. And Michael Keaton keeps calling him back to Detroit. You know how fucking long it takes to fly from China to Detroit? If I was fucking Gary Oldman, I'd be fucking pissed. He keeps calling me from China.
Do you know?
That's
how
like a
bad
2-day
my jet lag
flight.
is?
It's a 2-day flight. Oh my!
But it's the future. Maybe they have faster planes now.
You better fucking be. I'd be fucking pissed. You know how long it takes me to recover from that flight to Austria I took? It took me like a week.
Although they didn't set this very far.
No.
At one point, like, he's talking to, like, Robocop pulls a criminal out of his car, and the guy's like, oh, I've got a wife and kids, and he's like, your wife left you in 2019.
Oh,
It's
yeah?
like, really? That's as far ahead as you're going? It's like maybe, what, 2020, 2023?
Probably. Which leads me to another point, is that what starts freaking him out, what starts the entire seizure thing, was that they start uploading the entire... this is what they say. They start uploading the entire police database into Robocop's robot brain.
Mm-hmm.
All of it. And this sends him into seizures.
When it sends him into seizures once he finally gets to the CCTV of his attempted murder.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because then he just watches it over and over again and freaks out.
Yeah.
And then I love their solution to this. This is happening when they're like fixing him up to go send him out to see the crowd.
This was great timing, by the way.
Yeah. Why do that then?
Let's upload 3 billion gigabytes of data into his robot brain, literally 2 minutes before we got to introduce him to the public. Let's give him a radical software upgrade.
Yeah.
Before we introduce him to the public.
Oh well.
Because this couldn't possibly go fucking wrong, and it goes way fucking wrong.
Yeah.
So then they got to turn him into fucking Frankenstein robot.
Yeah.
The
solution to this is to, and I don't understand at all. They're like, okay, isolate the footage of his getting exploded and put it on a loop and make him keep watching it.
Why the fuck would they do that?
And then just lower his dopamine levels while he's watching the loop.
Let's just have him watch that over and over forever, because that's not hell.
Lower his dopamine levels and don't make him watch it over and over.
Let's fucking emotionally scar him forever.
Yeah.
Because he needs to see that over and over again for oh, Jesus Christ.
I was like, why are they doing that?
Why? They never explain why that's a good idea.
No.
They're just like, do that, that'll fuck him up. Mm-hmm. Like, even if they just thrown away a line that said, we need to desensitize him to this.
That would have been fine.
That would have been a line, at least.
I'd have been like, I will try to buy it now.
Yeah, I'd have been like, bullshit, but whatever.
Like, maybe that's what they were going for, but they did not.
They didn't say that.
They didn't say that, and they didn't illustrate it well.
No.
And then everyone's like, then he goes out to the crowd and like to introduce himself, but of course now he's blank Robocop. He has no more emotions because they've taken away all his dopamines.
Well, the point I was going for is like, why would you need to upload the 3 jillion gigabytes of data into his brain when, considering this is 2025 or whatever, even now we have cloud computing. Mm-hmm. You don't need to upload 3 zillion gigabytes of data into his robot brain.
Well, and it shows later on that
he can
easily access all the CCTV that's going on now. He can
instantly access every CCTV camera in Detroit.
So he does have wireless capability, so why would they need to put all that stuff in his brain? He would have it accessible to get to whenever he needed it.
Yeah, and I hate to keep restating this. He can access every camera, and he can run facial recognition software on every single camera, on every single face in Detroit.
Yeah.
Do you have any idea how much of an insane amount of data that is that he is accessing at any given period of time?
A lot.
That's a lot. I don't even know how much that is.
That's probably more than it takes to, like, calculate flight paths for all the planes in the United States.
Yeah. So, an insane amount of processing power that he is accessing, and an insane amount of data that... And you're telling me that the uploading the... whatever. I'm like, this is some bullshit right here.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I get that he's supposed to be Robocop, and I get that he's supposed to be like a super computer, and he's supposed to be able to like track criminals and all this shit. But I'm like, if this is in his robot brain, then like, if we're...
But then, yeah, if they can do that with a robot, then why isn't the CCTV already doing that? Why is it not already identifying people by their faces, retinas, and fingerprints, and putting out alerts that, hey, here's murderer on First and Downer, here's,
First Down.
First and Down, yeah.
Whatever.
There's a street called Downer in Milwaukee.
I know. The CCTV opens up so many...
Like, why, if they can do that in a person, why aren't they already making a robot that is, or just a computer that is accessing all of this and running scans on everyone it's seeing? Like, what are they using the CCTV for?
Why did that wanted murderer show up to a police rally?
Yeah.
Why the fuck would you do that?
Well, that is something stupid criminals actually do.
Sure.
So I don't fault that part. But...
I do. If you're a wanted murderer, like, well, A, why would you show up to a police rally? Okay, you're stupid. B, why would you do that and not change your appearance at all?
Yeah, I think you very obviously have, warrants out for your arrest.
I would shave.
I'd feel a little worried.
Shave the beard. At least, motherfucker. He's just like, nah, YOLO. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, man? Yeah, well, the other thing is, like, he knows that Robocop is gonna be there. Robocop.
Well, he doesn't know what he does yet.
Yeah, he does. Because he knows that OCP is introducing Robocop. OCP that runs the drone warfare program across the world. OCP whose drones can identify you on site by fingerprint and retina.
That was already established.
Which America is terrified of. This is common knowledge.
Yeah.
And this wanted murderer is like, I gotta see this shit.
Popcorn.
And then he's stunned when Robocop, he's standing front and center.
Front and center.
Literally, front row, center. And Robocop's like, you're under arrest. And he's like, oh, shit. I did not see this coming. Then he gets his balls tased off. Robocop shoots him in the butthole with a taser.
And apparently then everybody loves Robocop.
And then everyone loves him for it.
Even though in real life that would cause a horrible panic. Like, you just jump into... A big giant robot motherfucker jumps into a crowd and starts firing a huge gun.
This movie makes no goddamn sense.
We went over this already. So, from there...
No goddamn sense.
What happens after that?
I got pissed off. Started punching the seat in front of me.
Yeah.
The doctor...
Oh yeah, then the doctor's explaining kind of what he did, and...
The fucking doctor... I love this doctor character, because the first thing he does...
Dr. Morally Ambiguous.
He's the guy who designs... He's this good guy. When he designs these prosthetics. These brilliant prosthetics, by the way. And so they show him doing all this brilliant stuff. Like, he's designing these limbs for this guy, and he's playing guitar. They
gave this guy robo hands, and he's playing guitar.
But they got problems. He's like, if you cloud your mind with too much emotions, they fuck up. So they got bugs, but he's working them out. He's doing great work. So Michael Keaton calls him in, and he's like, okay, I got this problem. I'm Batman. He's like, I know that. He's like, no, I'm sorry, I got fucked up. I haven't done anything since Batman, really. I did Multiplicity. I was like, I don't even know what I was thinking. I had to go into hiding after that movie. Anyway, I need a robot cop. And Gary Oldman is like I told you, I don't do kill robots. He's like, I can't do kill robots. And he's like, oh, come on. And Gary Oldman's like, all right.
Yeah, exactly.
That's literally what happens.
It's like, no way, man. He's like, come on. He's like, oh,
He's like, literally what fucking happens. He's like,
there's no argument. There's no persuasion. He's just like, come on.
He's like, I told you I don't make robots that kill people. Now, come on.
Yeah.
All right. Just this once.
Yeah.
So he makes fucking Robocop, and I'm like, this is when the corrupt OCP executive, threatens the guy.
Yeah, like, you do this, or I got all this dirt on you, or
no, he's like,
you lose your funding.
He's like, he's like, Gary. He's like, Gary, you've been doing great work here with the prosthetics and stuff like that. You know who signed those checks?
Yeah, that's what should have happened, but...
He's like, I do. He's like, by the way, how's that kid of yours? The kid with the cerebral palsy?
Mm-hmm.
You know who signs those checks for your medical plan?
Yeah, that they should have done that, but no, there was...
Or that kid who's,
Well,
sorry, actually, no, I'll take it back.
That poor little girl with the robo eyes or something.
Yeah, he's like, how's your kid with the legs blown off? How's that, that kid, how's your kid who's paralyzed from the neck down?
Mm-hmm.
Have you finished that spinal prosthesis yet?
Yeah, that should have been. But no, that was...
And Gary's like, no.
Yeah.
And he's like, how'd you like to finish that project? Because
Stop writing a better movie. It's just making you angrier inside.
And it's like, how'd you like to finish that project? Because right now, it's not looking good for your funding.
Mm-hmm. But no.
And like, no, and he's like, come on. All right.
Okay.
So, like, this is when you make Michael Keaton look like a bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
And they don't do that.
Mm-mm.
This is when you have him, like slimily extort him.
Yeah, nope.
And this is how you make Gary Oldman, like, subtly work against him at the end. You give him a reason,
mm-hmm. And, like, nothing that the corporation does is ever, like, illegal.
No!
Like,
it's all within the bounds of the law in this movie.
Yeah, in the original, it's like Murphy's declared dead, and nobody really knows that Robocop is Murphy to begin with. He's just a robot. Nobody knows he started off as a, person.
Actually, yeah, in OCP it is legal because he signed like organ donor forms.
Yeah, and his wife signed off on all the procedures.
Yes. So he's like.
So everyone knows exactly who he is. Everything is legal and signed.
He's like, legally he's dead. We can do whatever we want now.
Yeah, that never happens. It's just.
Yeah.
It's just, well, we're just gonna do this and.
So, but yeah, it keeps going on with this guy, where like, what's the second thing that happens with the doctor where they talk him into it, where they're like, oh yeah, he's underperforming.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, he's just not as fast as these robots we got. And he's like, what do you want? You told me to give you a robot who has human emotions, who has feels.
Yeah.
And he's like, look, I need to
make him have less feels. Come on.
No, they're like, sorry. They're like, look, I need to give him something. I need to give him a robot who has like peak efficiency. I need to give him something that sells him better than a normal cop. Come on.
And he's like, I can't. That's just people. They don't work that way.
Yeah, he's like,
well, fix him.
He's like, well, fix it.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, but I can't fix it. And he's like,
okay.
And he's like, well, he goes, I can't do that. Not without. He's a human being, and he's like, I don't care what you got to do, but fix it. He's like, fine. And he goes off.
Yeah.
And then he starts like jamming shit in his brain.
Yeah, next scene he's doing brain surgery.
He's literally like just jamming robot shit in his brain. And he's like, I'm pretty sure this won't kill him.
Well, and then he's like, I'm making him better and he won't even notice.
Yeah, and the next scene he's like going all Matrixy and shit. And they're like, what did you do to him? And he's like, well...
Technically, when the visor's down, he's just a robot.
Yeah, he's like, when the visor goes down, I pretty much hijack his brain with a computer that takes over his brain. I fool him into thinking he's in control, but it's
just a computer.
It's pretty much a computer just killing everything he sees.
Yeah. And then they never go anywhere with that.
No.
Oh, that part made me mad.
And they're like, isn't that illegal? Kind of.
Yeah, and then they don't go anywhere with that either. But the thing is, like, yeah, what they do is they make it so that when he's in combat mode, when the visor goes down, it literally is just like computer targeting system shooting things.
Yeah.
And
which you'd think would come into play.
Which
morally.
And I was like, I pointed out that wouldn't he notice that? Like the second he does something he hadn't wanted to do. At some point, you would notice that he didn't want to do that.
Because you spoke up and you're like, oh, I get it. The moment he does something that he... Because the Gary Oldman says, like, he thinks he's in control,
mm-hmm.
but he's not.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, he thinks he's behind the wheel, I think he says.
Mm-hmm. But so, he's really just...
He's just watching, kind of.
Just watching it, yeah.
So,
like, the robot part is controlling all the movements and stuff, which is why he's not hesitating or being slow anymore.
He's not making any moral decisions, but he thinks he is.
Mm-hmm.
So... you're like, oh, okay, so with the moment he does something that he didn't that he wouldn't normally have done, that's when he'll start to catch on.
Yeah.
And that's when he'll try to start breaking his programming. And that's what I thought. That's what I thought would be the major turning point of this movie, was that at some point he makes a mistake. At some point he kills a kid, or he kills somebody by mistake.
Yeah.
That the program misidentifies something, and pardon me, and somebody dies.
Yeah.
And he's like,
something of that nature.
And he's like, I didn't mean to pull the trigger. I didn't.
Yeah.
And the software did. And so then he goes back to the doctor, and this is the scene I had in my head. I'd already written this scene. He's like, what did you do to me? I didn't pull the trigger. And he's like, and then he comes clean, and then but that's not what happens.
No, they never bring that up again.
And I'm like, why would you?
They don't bring it up at all. It's never an issue. It's never anything.
It's just a scene to make him faster. But
like that part had huge potential.
Yeah,
they went nowhere with it.
Well, it had huge moral implications in terms of the drone warfare thing. It had huge implications in terms of that was exactly what we're talking about in terms of the human cost of using domestic drones, of the potential for abuse and error inherent in doing this thing, and then they do nothing with it.
Yeah, they just kind of forget about that. They never bring it up again.
No.
Not ever.
You're trying to put forward this message. Or are they?
But it's they stop just short of ever actually delivering on the whole message.
It's so poorly delivered. I wonder if they were trying to deliver it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's almost like was this a political film? It's so poorly delivered. I don't know if that was what I no longer know if that was what they were trying to go for.
The weird thing is, before we went to go see it, we were like, well, it's PG-13, so it's going to be kneecapped by the need to be kid-friendly.
Yeah.
That's not what happened.
No.
They could have delivered a message still. There was a lot of stuff in there that I thought was not PG-13 appropriate. But their own message, they're just like, let's pull back a little. As soon as we get too close to the line of actually hitting that message wall, we're going to go back a little.
I don't think they pulled back. See, the thing is, they didn't even come close at pull back. They just, they introduced this concept, and you see the potential there, but that you just kind of see on the horizon, you start coming up with these ideas.
Yeah.
But then you start to question whether or not they did.
Yeah, that's true.
They come up with this idea, okay, well, he's behind the wheel, but he doesn't know that he's making these decisions or not. And then they just stop.
Yeah, they don't ever go anywhere with it.
And I wonder if they had if they knew where they were going with this. And I don't think they did anymore.
Maybe two separate people wrote, one person wrote the political part, and then somebody else who wanted the action part rewrote the rest.
Or I don't know if they had written something like this and then they decided it was too preachy, and then they fucking just kneecapped it there.
Maybe.
Or
yeah,
I don't know, man.
I still can't believe they didn't go anywhere with that part. That's kind of a major thing. That's a huge thing for your character to learn that they're and he never learns it either, does he?
No,
he never finds that out.
In fact, as far as I know, he is still programmed with that. In fact, he's still programmed with that red marker thing, which shit,
which
that
they put in place of you can't take down executives of.
That's not even an executive thing. As long as you're wearing a red watch.
As long as you're designated as a.
It's a red watch.
A red alert target.
That's
not target,
thing.
But
red.
Yeah, that seems. What do they call it?
Red designate, whatever. It's stupid.
It's just to indicate that you're someone that needs to be protected by the robots, like a reporter in a war zone or whatever. But that is in place of the directives of the original robot. Speaking of the directives, he has none.
He has none.
We'd never see him get.
Because he's an asshole.
Yeah.
They program him with no safeguards. They can shut him down remotely.
But yeah.
Which only occurs to them at the very end by the time he's completely blown the entire operation wide open.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
well, they shut him down the one time when he's running away in China.
Yeah,
that's it.
But like, he becomes aware of the plan. He becomes aware of the corruption that's inherent with the whole scheme. Okay, the bad guy, the gun smuggler guy, knows that he's onto them. Okay, so they start loading up for a fight.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, now keep in mind that this guy knows the corrupt cops, and the corrupt cops know the chief,
mm-hmm.
and the chief, who is also corrupt, knows the OCP guys.
Mm-hmm.
At any time, they could have called the cops, who could have called the chief,
mm-hmm.
who could have called the OCP guys, who could have shut down Robocop.
Yeah.
But no.
No.
They decide to get into a firefight with the fucking armored ninja tank. Who is more than likely going to kill them. And guess what? He kills them!
Yeah. Even though he doesn't have a warrant, I'm pretty sure.
Well,
like, don't you need a warrant to go in and shoot a lot of people?
Yes, but whatever. So, like, and then, when it's been exceedingly obvious that a prolonged, protracted firefight has taken place in which no less than about 16 people have been killed, the dirty cops, who know that Murphy is going after them, in the police station no less, do they call the chief, who is in the station with them,
Nope.
who then calls the OCP guys to shut him down?
Do they even leave the station?
Do they leave the station to hide?
No.
No.
They just hang out there.
They proceed to get shot. And only then does the chief call the OCP guy who shuts down Robocop.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to me like about 18 people could have survived this, and Robocop could have been shut down by the time that... Like... And the thing is, like, they knew well... they knew as soon as he started turning the bike around that he was looking into the cause of his own murder.
Yeah, because they can also see what he's accessing
Yeah.
with his brain.
They can see through his
they're like,
visor.
oh look, he's tracking down the people who killed him and their accomplices and shit.
In fact, the chief actually starts looking concerned. She's like, what is he doing? And he's like, it looks like he's looking into his own murder. And she's like, oh.
Yeah, but do they ever stop him?
Does she call the OCP guy? No. Something that she might be kind of legitimately concerned about, and the OCP guy might be legitimately concerned about.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. Nope.
So they shut him down,
This movie sucks.
and then they, like, drag him away, and then they spin some bullshit story to the press about how he's...
About how he's in
dying
critical
or
condition.
Critical condition. They never
Now-
say how
now-
or why.
Does Michael Keaton... Michael Keaton. This was the scene where I just couldn't even look at the screen anymore. You saw this. Michael Keaton is like, alright, well, Robocop is just beyond my control now. We have to kill him. So he's shut down, but we have to kill him.
Mm-hmm.
Bring Gary Oldman in here. And this was the scene I actually was like, this is going to be amazing. Because we have to convince Gary Oldman, the guy who has, like, questioned you at every turn,
Mm-hmm.
to kill Robocop.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, this scene is going to be phenomenal.
He's gonna yell. He's gonna be like, "Fuck."
No, I didn't think he was.
No, I
No,
thought he was. I
no,
thought he
no,
was gonna
no,
have
no,
a
no.
Rant.
I thought this was going to be the scene. I thought it was going to be like, Gary, I think it's time we ended the Robocop project. You got to pull the plug. What do you mean? What do you mean? We started this together. We can't just pull the plug. He's a human being in there. Oh, come on. And then he leaves. I just thought that was going to be the scene. And actually that's the way it plays out, kind of.
Kind of.
But he's by this time he's fed up with him.
Yeah,
know?
he's like.
By this time he's like, I'm not doing this anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
So he pretends to.
He pretends.
Capitulate.
But that's how the scene goes.
Yeah, it's like you got to go kill Robocop.
And he's like, I want his family taken care of.
Take care of his family. Fine.
All right. He's like, all right. So he goes off. Yeah.
So he runs down and there's already like guards down there getting ready to pull the plug.
Now here's where I was going with this. All right, so Michael Keaton, who owns OCP, he owns the company, wants to get rid of Robocop. So get rid of Robocop.
Yeah, why is he asking?
Why is he asking?
It's not like he's not a nuclear, device. He doesn't need a delicate shutdown procedure.
Why is he asking the doctor?
And then, why does he ask and then send guards down there anyway? The scene was pointless.
Don't ask the doctor.
Mm-hmm.
Call the doctor into your office and have a guy bludgeon him over the fucking head.
Mm-hmm.
And then send guards down there to shut the lab down.
Mm-hmm.
And then kill Robocop.
Yeah. Like, they could have had, if they had done it that way, they could have had, that lady lab assistant be like, you have to wake up, they're gonna kill us.
Yeah.
And then he could have woken up, but no,
yeah.
she's only there for no reason to. Like, the women in this movie
she's just there to hold an iPad.
Yeah. Even the wife is there for no point. It's like, there's basically no women in this movie.
that was, I was going to that, where, Lewis is the emotional anchor
mm-hmm.
for Robocop in the first movie. So, I'm watching this movie, going like, okay, the wife and kid are that role here.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to see that in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
So, the wife is going to try to bring him back.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't happen here.
They kind of tried, but it was so limp-wristed and wishy-washy that...
It starts off that way because he starts making phone calls to her from the hospital. And then they send him out on the street, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they start fucking with his chemistry.
Mm-hmm. So he's all zombie robo now.
And then they won't let her see him anymore. And that's it.
Well, she does this thing where she, complains on TV and then she tries to, intercept him.
Right.
And that kind of gets him thinking about his own murder again. But that's all it does. He doesn't go, oh no, my poor wife, my darling. No, he just, I gotta go find out who killed me.
But they never talk again after that moment.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, we've got that.
And he never, there's never a flashback where he's...
No.
In the original, no, you have to compare. You can't not.
Yeah.
In the original, there's the flashbacks where he's, seeing his family life and what it was like and remembering things. In this, you get nothing. The only thing you know about his wife is that she has blonde hair.
Yeah.
You never see them talk about anything. You never see her do anything.
They don't talk about anything, and that
no. It's like, oh, honey, do you have a hard day? Here's a beer. Let's go have sex.
They
mash their faces together for a little while.
And that is seriously the only thing they do.
Yeah, we're told that they have a wonderful, loving relationship, but we never see it.
All she says is, please, I love him.
Yeah, I want to see my husband.
I want to see my husband.
How dare you?
But they never talk.
Yeah, they never talk. There's never a flashback of him, remembering, well, he has the dream where they're, having a yard party.
But they dance, but they don't even talk then.
They don't talk then either.
But they're talking on the phone, and their conversation consists of, when are you coming home? Your son and I miss you. I love you so much. Goodbye.
Yeah.
And then it's over, and I'm like, that's the last time they have any conversation.
If they had done a thing where they're where she's she does all she does in this movie is cry.
Yeah.
But if they had done a thing where she was crying and saying, remember that time we went to Barbados and you tripped and fell on a porcupine or something like that. There is no connection to any past of any kind. She just, it's as if he went home and a wife appeared out of the nothingness.
It is, yeah, it is remarkable how much more of an emotional connection you feel towards Murphy and his wife, who you never see in one flashback.
Mm-hmm. And the kid, too. The kid is way cuter.
Can you do that? Yeah. And in the one sentence, I think, that Lewis says about her, about how she's moved on and remarried.
She thought you were dead,
And he says, I can feel them, but I can't remember them. And I'm like, there's more emotional connection in those two moments than...
And, there's no connection between anyone, not even the mother and the kid.
No.
It's just she walks into a room and, there's a kid here.
I don't think they share the screen together.
They do at one point where the kid's, looking at pictures or something, and she's like, we have to go, get your jacket, and the kid's just, walks off to do it.
But yeah,
The kid never protests. The kid doesn't say why. Where are we going, mommy? You know, nothing. The kid's a blank slate. The wife is a blank slate.
Well,
they're only there to be motivation, but they'd fail at that.
Yeah. But Robocop goes home, and the wife is like, I am so happy to see you. I am happy to see you as well. There is your son. And, like, she points into the room, and there's the kid. And then she just kind of drifts.
Yeah.
And they don't, like, she never even enters the room. She just kind of stands in the doorway.
She stands in the doorway.
And she's just like, your son is there.
The whole family is robotic.
And I'm like, wow. You guys are incredible.
I was also, I don't know why I was expecting this. Maybe I just have a weird, sick mind. But I was like, are they ever going to address the fact that they can never have sex again?
There's a physical intimacy problem there.
Yeah.
There definitely is. Because, like...
There's nothing left of him. It's not like they built in, a for her pleasure module.
The only attempt they make is they kind of do this thing with the sound where she kind of like tries to touch him and they make like a steely kind of feeling
it
sound.
wasn't. I didn't even notice that.
Like
it was if they did that, it was too subtle for me to catch.
Yeah, I noticed it, but what I would have done if I was directing this is I would have had her try to hug him.
Or something, yeah.
And, like, not have her be able to get her arms around him.
Or, like, she gets poked and she's like, oh,
and she's like, ow, ah!
Now she's bleeding and he's like...
Not bleeding, but, like...
A scratch,
But, like, have it be kind of, like, he's angular or something,
Or, like, she tried to, like, kiss him and he's just, like, makes the horrible... sound. Yeah.
By the way, he needs oil, because he makes, like,
He makes a lot of noise.
But what I would have done is, like, have her be, like, way too tall to, like, reach, like, for a smooch on the cheek or something. Mm-hmm. But, like, what I definitely would have done is, like, have her try to hug him and, like, make it, like, impossible to get, like maybe get her arms or under his arms or, like, get... Or,
like, hug him and, comment on the fact that, he's cold or something, But she never reacts at all to his robotness.
She just kind of, like, puts her hand on his chest
I'm
and is like...
I'm so glad you're home. We'll get through this, baby. And then
I would have done
it's almost like it's not addressed at all.
And I would have done a thing where, like, and this is actually done in the first Robocop, kind of, where he doesn't have any, like, there's no emotion there, obviously, but I would have done a thing where she, like, tries to kiss him, and then, like, he actually is kind of skeeved out by it, maybe, where, like, he doesn't have any, like, hormonal response anymore, so, like, he almost doesn't understand sexual attraction anymore.
Yeah.
Where,
but
like...
they never addressed that.
Where, like,
that would have caused character growth to happen, or at least to add depth to the characters, which they didn't want.
Yeah, so I would have almost had a thing where he goes home and almost...
And is, like, skeeved out by everything.
And almost, well, maybe not skeeved out, but doesn't feel the same way. Like, he doesn't feel what he felt anymore. Because that hormonal response, while it sounds a little silly maybe, that attraction, physical attraction, isn't there anymore. That endorphin rush, or whatever you want to call it, that physically he has no weenus, let's just say that.
I wasn't gonna say it, but it was
he has no robot weenus. But there's no hormonal response there. So, like, she kisses him and he's kind of like, there's this little imperceptible, like,
flinch, yeah.
Like, and then she notices that.
Yeah.
And then there's, like, immediately there's, like, this wall.
Yeah. But no, they don't do that.
And a good actor, like Peter Weller, could have sold that. And a good actress could have sold that. But, like, there could have, like, there would have been a really, between good actors, moment where, like, there's that kiss and he's like...
Yeah.
Just a really imperceptible flinch. A good director could have done that. We're like, eh. And
then, we're writing a better movie.
And then you could have heard that that slam.
Yeah.
And then they both, like, look in each other's eyes and they could know. But
again, they never address that.
Because there's that human connection there that has been lost. Because, even though he still has those emotions, even though there's that human brain in there, like, he can still retain those emotions, but there's
still love her, but it's not like they can...
But there's a major physical part of him, there's a major mental part of him that has been lost. Because of the major physical change that's occurred in him. And
they go to great lengths to show that. They have to show all the grody bits that are left of him, which is not much. Which is going to give me nightmares, by the way.
Which completely kneecapped my argument against the character growth that I was trying to justify just now, where he's trying to get used to the transition to his robot body.
Mm-hmm.
Where I was like, okay, he has to get used to all the physical changes. He has to get used to the emotional changes.
Mm-hmm.
He has to get used to the fact he has no weenus. No, he has to get used to the fact he can't be ever physically close to his wife again.
Yeah.
You know,
that's never addressed though.
He has to get used to the fact that his relationship to his wife and son is never going to be as fundamentally the same.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be weird.
Mm-hmm.
Bottom line, it's going to be weird.
Like, the only part that is weird in the going home scene is, like, he points out that he has to leave because he can't stay home. Like, they show that
he's got to get his juices
He's got to go get his juices changed. They, like, give him, like, they clean his blood every night and put nutrients and calories in him and stuff.
Yeah.
To keep the, brain alive.
Yeah.
But, so that's why he can't, like, stay at home anymore. He has to go to the lab every night and get rejuiced.
Yeah. But they fuck it up.
They fucked up everything.
So
I can't think of one thing this movie did correctly.
But yeah, so that the whole character growth I'm mentioning, they start him off with emotions. So like at first I think, okay, he's got to get used to that. Then they turn him into Robocop. They turn him into the robotic, emotionless Robocop. And I'm like, okay, so they went backwards.
Mm-hmm. It was kind of a...
But I'm like, okay, so this kind of makes sense. They've shown him the fact that... Okay, I get what they're going for. Okay, so they've shown they've shown that he has emotions, but it doesn't work. Mm-hmm. So they had to strip those away to make him Robocop. Mm-hmm. They had to strip that away to make him efficient. Mm-hmm. To make it work. Okay. So to make him an effective tool, they had to strip away the humanity. It doesn't work any other way.
Yeah.
Okay, but what do? They have him break his programming all over again.
Yeah. But
they don't just do that at the end of the movie to make some kind of point.
Nope.
Almost like a struggle. Mm-hmm. Like, okay, he's human, and then we take it away. And then
he has to struggle to get it back.
Yeah, and at the end of the movie, he gets it back, and he's triumphant.
No.
Right?
That doesn't happen.
He's got his strength, and it's taken away, and at the end, he scratches and claws, and he gets it back, and he's stronger at the end because he's learned to regain his emotions, and he's stronger for it. I'm like, okay, there's a journey there. It's kind of a fucked up journey, but whatever, we got it back. Nope.
Fuck that.
No. So
within like
10 minutes.
10 minutes. 10 to 15 minutes he's overcoming his dopamine levels, and they go back up again, and he's fine.
Yeah, that's where the wife comes in.
Yeah.
And that's where like the emotional anchor shit comes into play that you mentioned, where like he becomes his robot self, and he's like, he's like, thank you for your cooperation, good night. So he's driving his motorcycle and he runs into his wife, and he's like, please get out of my way, Anne.
Whatever her name was.
Whatever. I don't remember her name. That's how fucking lame all these characters are. Like, please get out of my way, wife. And she's like, please come home. I need
your
you.
Son.
Your son, whose name I can't remember.
He doesn't even go to school. And then they show her picking him up from school.
Yeah, right? And then he sees in CCTV camera footage, it says, nervous, concerned, worried, and the kid is just like...
Yeah.
No emotion.
He drives past her
nothing.
Anyway.
Nothing here.
Yeah, that kid has nothing. But then he just drives past her.
Yeah, he just drives past.
But then, like, a minute later, he's, like, looking up the footage of his murder, and then he goes to his house where they aren't. They're not there.
Yeah.
And, maps it out, and then suddenly, bloop, his dopamine's back up. Now he's fine again, and he's back on the path of vengeance.
Within 10 minutes...
He doesn't go to his wife and say, hey, I'm sorry, hon, I'm okay now.
He doesn't call her on the phone, because apparently he can look at every CCTV camera in the world, but he doesn't have a fucking cell phone in his camera to be like, oh, jeez, I'm sorry, babe.
Yeah. I'm sorry for what I've put you through. No. He's just like, vengeance time.
Vengeance is mine. Rampage.
Time to go shoot, like, 20 guys.
He fucking kills everybody. But yeah, so they do this thing. They strip away his emotions. 10 minutes later, he breaks his programming. We're right back to where we started. At this point, I'm just like, fuck this movie. Fuck it up, it's robot ass. And I'm like, you guys can't do anything right. You can't... God damn it. Like, guys...
Yeah, it was so...
Then... Sorry, go on.
No, go on. And then... he was painted black through the whole movie.
God!
Like, he starts out silver. And then the Michael Keaton's like, no,
so he needs to look like Batman.
Black.
He looks like Batman. Make him look like put a bat on him.
I don't know why that part seems so unnecessary.
Because it's a fuck you. It's a fuck you to fans of the original RoboCop. Well, you pointed out what it really was. It was the fact that if he's black, he serves the dark side. He serves the corporate side. Because at the end, he becomes silver because he's not. Yeah,
at the end, they when they show him better, he's silver again.
It's astute. But I like RoboCop's weakness. They established his weakness in this movie. Do you know what it is? Shoot him.
Yeah.
Shoot him.
Shoot him.
RoboCop's
pretty much anywhere.
RoboCop's weakness is shoot him.
Yeah. His terrible weakness to bullets of 50 caliber or more.
His weakness is bullets.
Yeah. Well, they're like, the guy's telling him, he's like, oh, regular bullets will just kind of bounce off, but 50 caliber or better, that'll put you down.
50 caliber or better. Now, I don't know a lot about guns.
If they had said something like armor-piercing rounds, I would have bought that.
See, I don't know a lot about guns.
50 caliber?
But the caliber doesn't necessarily matter when it comes to bullets. The caliber is just the size of the bullet. But it's not just about the size of the bullet. It's about the
force behind
the bullet. It's about the speed of the bullet, the manufacture of the bullet. What if it's armor piercing, Teflon coated, if it's a fucking hollow point or not. There's sniper rifles that whatever. There's things that fire smaller rounds than a 50 cal. I guarantee you could punch through fucking
whatever he's made of. That they never say.
They never establish that is. They just say it's like really good armor.
They don't say that at all, even hardly. They're just like, well, stuff will bounce off, but 50 caliber will go through.
Because I guarantee you a fucking Desert Eagle isn't going to punch through that. And I guarantee you stuff with smaller calibers... Fuck it. This movie sucks.
Yes.
But they make it a point to mention that several fucking times. Like, when he starts to go up against the gun guy, he's like, load up on everything that's 50 cal or higher, because that'll kill him. And then they shoot him with it, and it doesn't kill him.
He gets some holes, but not like in any
They shoot him in the face, and it doesn't kill him. And then, this is what pissed me off more than anything, they go against everything they said was true about that. He goes up against, like, 5 Ed 209s. Right?
Yeah.
These Ed 209s are like 4 times as big as they were in like the original RoboCop, right? These things are armed with guns about as big as the original Ed 209, right? So, he just... Okay, first thing is this guy is an idiot. RoboCop's a fucking idiot. When he starts to arrest those dirty cops, you know what he does? He goes to the police station, where he knows there are dirty cops. Okay? He knows there are at least 2. The ones that he's arresting. He knows there's at least 1 more that he's going to try to get the confessions out of to find out. So he knows there's 3. Maybe more. But he goes right to the police station after he's been shot to shit.
Yeah.
Okay. So, stupid. 2. He goes there, like... not knowing whether or not his actions there are going to get him shot by other cops, considering he's going in there to shoot other cops. Right? So, like, then it turns out the chief of police is the one who's complicit in these crimes. So then he goes there, he shoots 2 other cops in the police station.
And then marches into the chief's office.
With a smoking gun.
Why would the whole police force not open up on him?
Well, maybe not open up, but have a problem with this.
Yeah, at least pull weapons.
No, they don't stop him. They don't even question this.
They just kind of look.
They're like, oh, fucking RoboCop just killed 2 cops.
Let's go get the lunch order.
Yeah, they're like, whatever. But yeah, so like, but not only this obviously warns the chief, who calls the OCP guy, who shuts him down. Now, which would have been smarter? If RoboCop had waited maybe, to go wait at their house and arrest them there, which would have been quieter, and then beat the answers out of them and go arrest the chief of police at her house.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I just think he could have approached this a lot simpler or quieter or something. But not only this, but immediately upon doing this, he goes to the two dirty cops. And he goes, I have evidence that you are complicit in my murder and the murder of several other people. And he's like, oh yeah? What proof do you have? And he goes, I found these weapons at the gun runner's place with your prints all over them. Hey, why didn't they wipe those off? Like, your prints are still on those motherfucking things?
Yeah.
And he goes, and I have this CCTV footage of you talking with this man about the murder of these policemen. And he shows the CCTV footage of them talking about murdering cops in a public restaurant from 3 different angles.
Yep.
He didn't even need to go to this place.
You're right, he could have just
sent
that to anyone, sent it to Lewis.
He didn't even need to shoot up that fucking place. He could have sent that to the police. He could have sent that to the press. He could have sent that to the fucking Samuel L. O'Reilly factor. He didn't need to go shooting up that place.
Yeah, that everybody there would have been arrested if he had just gone, hey, I've got this concrete evidence of
oh my god!
And homicides. And gun running.
Even if there's corrupt cops, everyone in the fucking force would have seen this. Ah!
They can't all be corrupt.
Oh my god!
We're almost done. We gotta get through this. So where did we leave off?
Okay, Robocop. The second dumb thing is that, okay, he knows that he somehow he knows that Michael Keaton is behind this shit. Because Dick Jones runs OCP and OCP runs the cops. So
well, he finds out because he tries to kill him.
Oh, this is fucking hilarious. So he goes to OCP, and there's like 20 fucking commandos there. I thought we had drones, but no, they got commandos there.
Right? Like SWAT.
No, they're like OCP commandos.
No, I don't know. Those
are they SWAT?
I think those were actual police. The OCP people are all inside.
I don't
remember though.
They don't establish who they're guys in green.
They were in black.
Whatever. I don't know if they're cops. That's how stupid this movie is. I don't know if they're cops.
But anyway.
So like, okay.
They all draw.
Wait, no. Because they go, Robocop, this is private property. You get your big metal ass out of here. And he goes like, he doesn't say anything like Robocop. He's like, you better get out of here before I fuck you up. That's basically what he says.
I don't remember.
He's like, piss off or I'll shoot you in the face. And the guy's like, I'd like to see you try it. And then he shoots the guy in the face. And then the other guys drop their guns
immediately
and run away.
Yeah. They don't open fire, nothing.
And I'm like...
They're just like... And he didn't kill that guy.
No, he tased him.
And they're all just like, oh shit, I don't want to wet myself. Drop, run.
And I'm like, motherfucker, there's 30 of you.
Yeah, they don't even try. Like, have they talked up Robocop so much that they... Like, the evil the bad guys were like, yeah, we can just shoot him. It'll be fine.
Yeah, and it worked.
But these guys are like, oh my god, he's impervious to all bullets.
No, but he's
Run
not.
Away.
Like,
except they should know he isn't.
Like, A, there's 30 of you. B, he's shot to shit, and you know this. C, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, shoot him. No, he tases one guy.
And then he has no further resistance until he gets to the robots inside.
D, there's like 8 Ed 209s immediately behind you. Shoot him. E, I don't know what letter I was on. E, why aren't the Ed 209s in front of the fucking building?
Why are they only patrolling inside where there's narrow corridors and stairs?
Yeah.
And they never do that either. Like, I was hoping they'd do the callback to the falling down the stairs.
Yeah.
No.
Why are the urban pacification robots inside?
Yeah, where they're gonna shoot the hell out of every glass, and then the whole building's made of fucking glass, and they shoot blindly. Like, they don't, like, it shows that they can perfectly target, and yet they shoot blindly and wildly at nothing.
This drove me nuts. Go on.
Like, they were like, when Robocop's, like, jumping on them and stuff, and they're just shooting, like, they have to shoot at something. They're not human. They're not pulling a trigger. They're just robots.
Especially since seconds previously, they're trying to draw a bead on Robocop. And it goes, seeking clear shot. Mm-hmm. It goes, because it's looking for a clear shot. And then, the next second, it just starts opening fire on its own guy. Mm-hmm. So I guess it's like, seeking clear shot, fuck it, and just starts shooting. I'm like, is there an fuck it protocol in Ed 209? Apparently there is, because it's just like...
They're shooting...
fuck it, I don't got one.
Yeah.
And so it starts shooting the shit out of its own guy. Mm-hmm. And then, Robocop jumps on another Ed 209, which then just starts shooting.
Yeah, just starts shooting wildly and...
At nothing.
Mm-hmm. Like, and you can't even... I don't even think you can say it's because he damaged it and it was messed up.
No.
If it was, show that, but you can't really say that because it was doing that before he really damaged it much.
No.
Like, he just jumped on it and it's just like, oh my god, I'll dislodge him with bullets. And it's just spraying bullets into the atmosphere.
Yeah, and this is the only time...
I hope there's no bystanders on the street.
This is the only time we've seen the Ed 209s act, like, at all irresponsibly, and it's bizarre.
Yeah, because up to this point, they've been completely precise.
They've been completely precise.
They haven't malfunctioned at all.
No, we haven't seen anything about them being, like, trigger-happy or weird, or... Because, like, all of a sudden, these things are fucking maniacs.
Yeah, suddenly they're derpy robots when before they were completely functional and worked fine.
Yeah, because, like, the Ed 208s, the android-looking ones, are, like, those gun kata things from Equilibrium.
Yeah.
Like, they're fucking ninjas. Like, they're running around with guns akimbo.
Why weren't they in the building?
They were...
That would be easier.
There were none of them.
Yeah, there were some Ed 209s and none of the, like, tactical human robots.
You would have thought the building would be crawling with those.
Yeah. Like, if they have the authorization to put giant fuck-off tank robots in their building, you'd think they'd be able to put some of their own guards in.
I'll tell you why. It's because in this movie they wanted a big fight with Ed 209s.
Yeah.
Because those are Robocop robots.
Yeah. But they used them so poorly, it didn't matter.
But yeah, I don't.
That wasn't even a very long scene.
No, and well, this is what I was heading for with those is the 50 caliber bullets. Was like, okay, so Robocop gets the shit kicked out of him by the Ed 209s, and so two of them like start drawing beads on him and they start shooting him, and they start shooting him a lot. Mm-hmm. So they start shooting him in the back, which doesn't hurt him.
Yeah, it knocks him down a little bit.
It, like, knocks him down. He's like, ooh, ow, ooh, that,
It's...
At
the very least, show him, like, leaking some mysterious fluid, but,
it doesn't hurt.
Even when he gets hurt, he never looks hurt.
It's like, ooh.
Yeah. Like, eventually in the fight, one of them falls on his arm and he's stuck, and he has to shoot off his own robo arm to get away.
Ooh.
But no one reacts to that, no one ever says, oh my god, where's your fucking arm?
Nobody exploits it.
No one exploits it. No one, like, comes after and tries to hit him on the side with no arm.
Yeah, nobody, like, you'd think that would come into play in one of the fight scenes, like, like the bad, like, the Clint Howard looking
And if they were gonna do it, what they should have done here, I just had this thought, make it the arm that still had the real hand.
Yeah.
So he has to lose another piece of himself, and it's a tragic thing.
Yeah, he looks at his stump.
No, it was just the regular
He looks at his
arm.
stump and he's like,
yeah, no, they didn't do that even.
Was that his real hand that still remained?
Yeah, his real hand was fine. It was just the purely robo arm.
And he's like, another piece of me is gone.
No, they didn't do that. They missed every opportunity for anything good that could have been in this movie.
Right.
Anyway, so he gets through the lobby and the Ed 209s.
Well, wait. Because he gets shot in the back, like, seriously, like 100 times.
Yeah. Well, he's got some holes in him at this point.
But those were from before.
Yeah. And I think, don't they at one point just show that he's, like, kind of fuzzy visioned and stuff?
They show that he's, like, he's got, like, fuzzy vision from being shot in the back. But these things, like, the Ed 209s have cannons bigger than he is.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, we've established by now that 50 caliber bullets will punch through him.
Mm-hmm.
And these things are fucking jackhammering him. Like, they've got him dead to rights. They're fucking mastering it. Like, by all accounts, these things should be turning him into Swiss cheese.
Mm-hmm.
But no, he's like, ah!
Plus, it never even, like in the first one, like, when we watched the original Robocop together, and I was like, well, why doesn't somebody shoot him in the face? He's still got fleshy face.
Yeah.
In that one, though, it's probably just, like, skin over robot.
Yeah.
But in this, it's actually, like, his head. So if you shoot him in the face, it can hit his brain, he could die.
Yeah,
but he never, ever tries to not get hit in the face.
Yeah.
Like, in the original Robocop, you actually see him shielding his face sometimes.
Yeah.
In this one, no. There's never any danger to his face at all. His visor gets trashed, but he's not bleeding in any way. Like, there's never any threat to his fragile brain meats.
See, I've never thought that was a plot hole in the original Robocop. People keep saying, like, shoot him in the face! But, like, like you said...
You pointed out that it's probably just, like, a skin covering, and if you shot his face, he's got a damaged face, but he's fine.
I always thought it was just, like, he's completely robot, except for, like, maybe the brain in his head. But, like, it's just, like, skin stretched across the robot.
And that's what it looks like, too, in the original.
Yeah.
His skin does look stretched out, like it's just covering robo-ness. Whereas in this one, it's
his head.
It's just his head.
Yeah. So, but they keep mentioning, shoot him in the face, shoot him in the face. And then nobody does.
Mm-hmm.
Like, one guy in that scene in the gun runners. I don't even know what he does. What does he do? I know he stole guns.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's what he does.
Because in the beginning, like, Murphy and Lewis are undercover cops. And they're trying to do a deal with him. Like, saying, yeah, we need some guns for some people back home. So he's got to be a gun seller, but we never see him sell to anyone else. We never see him do anything with those guns except shoot at Murphy when he's Robocop.
Yeah. But,
like, he's a villain in name only because we never see him do anything villainous, really.
Yeah. But I hate movies that do this, where they establish many times what this guy's weakness is. It's a stupid fucking weakness. Bullets. But Robocop's weakness...
Bullets are going to hurt him, then grenades, just about anything else.
Robocop's weakness is bullets.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, they're bullets of a certain size. Whatever, but I'll take it. I won't take it. Whatever. They're 50 caliber bullets. But then they have Ed 209s, several of them, shooting him for, like, no shit, like 20 seconds straight. And he's fine.
Yeah. And oddly enough, it's like, he's fine, yet they neglected to, they never, like, made bullets ricocheting off of metal sounds.
No, he's like,
they never show sparks. It's just like, he's getting hit, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
they never do anything to make him seem like he's really armored.
Yeah,
like which I find weird. Like, the armor in the original, which is just, like, looks kind of like spray-painted foam, probably isn't, but it kind of looks that way, is more convincing than this shiny, more metallic-looking stuff, which never makes ping sounds.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't remember any real, like, clinking noises. There's just the sounds of him,
They go overboard with that.
They go overboard with that, and then they never make metal noises.
Yeah.
Like, does he ever even punch anyone? Like...
No.
Like, you'd think he'd, like, at some point backhand someone who would make a big, long clown.
They never make a big deal of his... They never demonstrate that he has super strength.
Yeah.
No, never.
No.
But they never establish that even fucks him up. Like, at some point, when he goes into the next room to fight the bald guy, that he's kind of limping.
Yeah.
That's it. As soon as the SWAT team kind of, like, jumps in front of the Ed 209, he just gets up.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
And that's how he gets away from the Ed 209s. They're like, was it Lewis?
It was Lewis.
Who just walks in front of him with no weapons, and it's like, oh, I can't shoot this guy, and so Murphy runs out behind him.
Yeah, but he just gets up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, after being fucking mauled by these things for 20 seconds. But, like, the guys...
missing an arm, but he's like, oh, well.
The guys with the normal handguns did far more damage to Robocop than the fucking Ed 209s did with sustained, concentrated fire with their far larger, like, anti-vehicle weapons. And I'm like, I don't get this at all.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't get why they had to establish this bald guy as like a villain, except for the fact they just wanted some like prick character to act as an antagonist.
Which you'd think that the Michael Keaton character could have done perfectly adequately, but no,
Well,
they needed somebody else.
Because they wanted a physical threat. And the other thing was...
Except they never made that guy seem like a threat.
Well, they didn't, because what they did was they gave him this thing called like an exosuit, which is like this power suit.
Which they never demonstrated.
Which they never did anything with!
It never demonstrates in even the slightest capacity that it emphasizes this guy's strength or speed or anything.
No!
He's just basically wearing... He looks more like he's suited up for polio.
Yeah, he looks like he's wearing the suit that Matt Damon wore in Elysium, that exosuit, and I'm like, okay, he's wearing like they established this when they're like training Robocop. They're like, okay, we're gonna train you. You're gonna fight a bunch of these drones, and if you're as good as we think you are, then you're gonna beat us. And I'm gonna be wearing one of these suits to make me better. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't. It does nothing as far as we can tell.
He never runs. He never jumps.
No, he just hides.
Yeah. And then he just walks.
He just walks really slowly, and then shoots and misses.
Yeah.
Like, we're supposed to believe he's this badass.
Never demonstrated.
And he never hits shit!
Yeah. He never does anything at all. It's like, his only duty is that he's like the coordinator of the actual robots.
Yeah,
like in overseas and stuff like that. Because like at the very beginning of the movie, he's the one showing the press around Tehran.
Yeah.
But, like... From when they first show him in the movie, there's nothing villainous about him at all.
No.
Like, you have to establish that your characters are bad guys.
Well, he's... whatever. But, yeah, they never... They show us this exosuit. And then he does nothing... He literally does nothing with it.
Yeah,
He stands there, and then he hides, and then he steps out, and then he gets shot.
Yeah.
I was expecting to see something where he's running really fast, or he jumps really high, or he, like... gets his own visor and he can see through walls, or it puts a little scope and he can shoot real good. No!
It did nothing.
Nothing! And then in the final fight, like, Robocop's all beat up and he has that little watch on, which I'll get to, and then he's taunting Robocop and he's like, got my exosuit on, Robocop, you can't do nothing to me. And he does nothing!
Yeah, he just stands there. That's all he does in this whole movie is just stand there.
And what it kills me, he points out the fact that he has this suit on. Which does nothing!
Yeah.
No thing!
It doesn't even, like, it's not even armor. It doesn't protect him in any way.
No!
Because then Lewis comes up and shoots him.
It's like a skeleton that like goes across his back.
Yeah.
And like his arms. So like
I said, it's just like, it's like braces.
Like, I'm thinking it amplifies his strength, or like really I'm thinking it amplifies his speed.
But we never see that.
Like,
it doesn't do anything, because he never... You don't even see him walk anywhere particularly. He's just standing places.
Yeah. I'm thinking it amplifies his speed, and, like, maybe it wires into his spine to, like, amplify his reflexes.
Maybe, but...
To, like, compete with Robocop.
You're putting more thought into this than they did.
Well, no, because I'm thinking it's, like, cyberware to, like... Because I'm thinking, like, okay, we need something to make him on par with Robocop. And so Robocop's big thing is his reflexes. Because the drones are really, really fast with reaction time. So I'm like, the only way we can have him compete with Robocop is reflex time. So, like, maybe the suit amplifies that. No.
Nope.
At least not as far as I can tell.
Maybe there's a cutscene somewhere that showed it, but it wasn't.
He does jack shit.
Yeah.
Then there's the watch. Here's this movie's ass. There's the watch. Explain the watch, please.
So, people who are in high-risk situations that they don't want to get shot up by robots, like reporters in Tehran, are wearing these little armbands, and they have a little red light on them, and that tells the robots not to shoot them.
The red designators or something?
Yeah, something like that, which seems weird. You'd think that someone designated red would be a combatant.
Red is usually a bad thing to be.
Yeah, you want to make them green, but no. So, yeah, that's in place... They give They say Robocop has programming, but he doesn't.
He doesn't.
They give him no programming. They indicate no programming of any kind.
He has no directives.
Yeah, in the first one, directives. He's got all these directives. You see them right away, so that at the beginning of the movie, you see that he can't go after like people from OCP.
Which is a real problem in this movie, because the first thing he starts doing in this fucking film is stepping on people's throats.
Yeah.
And like intimidating them with really horrible threats.
And violence.
Yeah, he's like...
Torture. He's stepping on that guy's broken hand.
Yeah, he steps on people's broken fucking limbs and being like, you have two options. The first is I will shoot you in the balls with this taser, which will cause permanent incontinence and an inability to sustain erections for longer than 2 seconds.
He didn't say that.
And then I will arrest you. Or 2.
You give me a name and then I arrest you.
Yeah, and I'm like... Holy shit, man!
Like, that's police brutality.
And I'm like, aren't you programmed with shit to, like, not make you do that? And he's like, no.
At some point they say, like, they call things his programming, but by his programming what they mean is we're controlling his, like, chemical levels in his brain.
That's it.
That's it.
And then they don't do that!
Yeah, and then they don't do that.
Because the dopamine levels?
They go back up and he's fine, and they're just like, I guess we can't fix this.
Yeah, well, they set his dopamine levels to make him a robot.
Yeah.
And then they're like, he's practically a zombie out there. What do we do?
Nothing.
And then it never occurs to them to raise his fucking dopamine levels. They're just like...
We could put him up halfway and make him less robot-y. No.
Because, like, yeah, they're just staring
That's just not an option, I guess.
They're just staring at him like, I don't know.
This is creepy. Well, I'm out of ideas. Lunch. So yeah, those fucking red bracelets are what stand in for his directive to not...
The hidden directive.
Yeah, the hidden directive. So, you know, he gets up to, like, the main bad guy, Michael Keaton's...
Well, no, the bald guy.
Well, yeah, he can't shoot that guy, but then Lewis shoots him.
Well, let me explain. Instead of having the exosuit do cool things, he tries to shoot the bald guy and he can't. Because he goes, see this? I got the red watch.
Yeah.
And since you're a robot that works for OCP, you can't shoot nobody with the red watch. And I'm like...
Really?
Really?
That's how you wanted to play this?
And I'm like, you just established this exosuit. You just established this guy is... You tried to establish this guy as a badass. You tried to establish this guy as a sadistic prick who has been waiting. He's been waiting for a chance to kill this guy. Like, this whole movie, he's like, I've been waiting for a chance to get my revenge. I've been waiting for a chance to prove this guy ain't nothing. I've been waiting for a chance to finally shoot this motherfucker in the face. And then he's like, watch.
Yeah. Neener, neener, neener.
And I'm like, fuck you, movie.
Yeah. Plus, that brings up the, like, why would they do that? Why would they not just program the robots to not kill important people? Like...
Yeah. Yeah, instead of the watch...
You lose your watch and suddenly anything can shoot you. Oh, puppy.
Yeah. So, like... and we've never established up to this point that Robocop has been given any kind of ingrained directions.
No, he hasn't.
Like, why would Gary Oldman do that? We've never established at any point that Michael Keaton has been given any kind of input into the programming of Robocop. We really haven't.
Yeah, like the only programming you could say is that, you know, they say the computer takes over when he's
Sure.
actually shooting, but they never establish what that means.
Sure, but Gary Oldman designed the computer. And I'm like, I don't think it would ever occur to him to establish drone protocol.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So
like,
they use that instead.
This is pulled completely out of their ass.
At the very last minute, too. Like, that's the final fight. We don't see that at any other point.
And so, like, for no reason, like, instead of resolving this in any way, they just have Lewis come and shoot him.
Yeah.
So then he goes up...
useless for 5 seconds, or useful for 5 seconds.
And so then they go up to the Michael Keaton's getting to the chopper. And so then...
Along with Murphy's wife and kid for stupid reasons.
The wife is out in peril for no reason.
Yeah.
I don't know why she goes up there. Like, she goes down to the lobby.
Yeah, she was there... Like, she was there, first of all, he was giving her bullshit about how Murphy was dead.
Yeah, she's like, oh,
and then, of course, he's not dead and he's coming.
Well, he goes, I'm sorry your husband's dead. And so, she's like, fuck you. And so she goes down to the lobby, And then Robocop is in the building already, going on a rampage.
He's on his way. One of the
on his way, and then so like
they're all like, "You got to get back inside, man."
Yeah, the commander's like, "You got to turn around and go somewhere."
Yeah.
That's pretty much it. And so she's like,
"Then I want to talk to the boss again.
I want to see Michael Keaton again."
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, they're like, "He's on the helipad on the roof. Go ahead."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Oh."
He's gonna take her with him then. But then Robocop gets up there, finally, after getting past asshole guy.
And so, yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
And, what was I gonna say?
Well,
yeah, and then, at the very last minute,
he goes,
Michael Keaton-
"Red Watch!"
Well, that too, but he starts being villainous. He's like,
Yeah,
I
now.
can shoot you right now. I
Now.
can shoot your wife and kid.
Yeah.
Like, when, like, that was never indicated before, he's never had a reason. Like, he's not even acting unstable, he's just acting like he always does. Like, you'd think he'd be like, my world is crumbling, I've been pushed to the edge, I'm gonna shoot your fucking wife.
Yeah, now out of
No.
nowhere, he's just gone completely mental.
Yeah. But he's not playing it mental. He's just playing it like, not very enthused Michael Keaton.
He's just like, I don't know why you're mad, bro.
Yeah.
Like, I could kill you right now. I could
But-
kill your wife. And
yeah.
I'm like, what the
And then,
fuck is happening?
the part that I think pissed me off.
The Red Watch?
Yeah. He's like, oh no, I can't shoot him because of the red watch. And then the power of love fixes things.
Yeah, I hate this shit. Because, like, I was saying at this moment, like, he can't raise his gun to shoot the guy because they're pulling the fourth directive ship, except with, you can't do this twice.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, with the bald guy, they established the Red Watch with the bald guy. Because he was doing that drone shit in Tehran.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, he's got the Red Watch. But then Michael Keaton has the watch.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you can't pull that twice.
Yeah.
That's just stupid.
You can't shoot me. And then he's like,
I can't do the thing.
my wife and child, power of love, boom.
So what happened? Yeah. So what happens is eventually, like, he through sheer force of will,
just shoots him anyway.
shoots him
But it's not even a good, like, force of will. It's not like,
because he can't act.
yeah, it was just badly done. It's just like, boom.
But like, I'm sitting there, I'm telling you, like, oh, this is where the wife comes in and actually does something. For
I
a
thought
change.
she was gonna pick up a gun and shoot him.
I thought she was gonna grab. There's a soldier standing nearby, who's kind of this little weenie-looking soldier.
Yeah.
Who was kind of one of those little shaky soldiers, doesn't look like he can do anything.
Mm-hmm.
I thought the wife was gonna, like, punch the soldier in the face, grab his gun, and shoot Michael Keaton.
Yeah. So did I.
And, like,
No.
again, I wrote a better movie here.
Mm-hmm.
But no, like, instead he just kind of, like...
Like, even... sorry.
No, go ahead.
Like, even when Michael Keaton is threatening them, he's not even really threatening them. It's not like he's got, like, the gun to her head. He's just, like, she's standing over
He
there.
just kind of points with his gun.
He's going like this. Yeah, your wife over there somewhere who I'm not looking at even. So there's never any real threat to her. There's no threat to the kid.
It doesn't really seem like he's planning on shooting him. He's just like...
he's just like, I could, but, you know, whatevs.
He's just like, why are you mad, man? Like,
Yeah.
I could be shooting them, I'm not. Like,
Yeah.
he's like, just stand there, man. I'm just gonna go to the helicopter and fly away. Like, because really, that's what it seems like. He's just like, would you just sit down and shut up? Like,
Yeah.
it's not like Dick Jones at the end of RoboCop, because like Dick Jones is desperate.
Mm-hmm.
He is guilty of murder. He is holding a gun to this guy's head.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there is no way out for him. You know.
This guy is not. I mean, he's been caught in a lie.
He is. He
RoboCop's
is.
not dead, but he hasn't really done much that's really illegal. Like,
Right.
He's not worried about suddenly going to jail.
Right, but he's not. This is just bad screenwriting. But like, yeah, it's just
It was just bad.
the wife should have.
So yeah, the power of love and
He's. You're fired.
yeah, that was such a good ending, but
It's so
This
much
was
better.
such a bad
It was so
ending.
much better.
and then like he gets shot too, but we don't see where because again, there's no blood, there's no extra holes.
No.
His face is fine, and he just falls down, and the wife and kid come over, and they're just kind of there. They're not crying. They're not. The kid's not saying.
Oh, the kid
didn't say anything.
No, the kid just
the kid
stands
doesn't
there.
even go, Dad. Nothing.
The kid is
kid's
more
fucking
robotic than
blank.
he is.
But then he's just laying there, and he's like, "It's gonna be fine."
We'll be all right.
Yeah.
And then this whole thing wraps up with Samuel L. O'Reilly. And then they do... They had to go here. they had to have Samuel L. Jackson just start screaming motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
For no reason, he just starts
which they bleep out because it's on TV, of course.
Yeah, they just have him start screaming motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why is this motherfucker not in jail? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like...
Yeah, talking about the doctor, actually, who is a whistleblower now.
It's like it's funny because Samuel L. Jackson screams motherfucker a lot,
Yeah.
you know? He screams motherfucker at the top of his lungs, and that's funny. And he hasn't done that all movie, and that's what you paid to see, right?
You wanted to see Samuel L. Jackson call somebody a motherfucker.
Like, you had to see that, right? And I'm like, now you're just pandering, you know, like...
And then we see Robocop's fine, and he's got the silver armor now, so he looks like Robocop should. And, yeah, that's it. Do we see the family again at all? Does the kid's not there?
No.
We just see, we see Jack. It was really bad. Yeah, it was kind of very shit.
This movie is horrible.
Yeah. Oreo wants to comfort you. It's okay, Daddy. It wasn't that bad.
No, it was bad. This is the most pissed off I've been at a movie in a long time.
Mm.
Like, I know, like, when I reviewed Twilight, that I broke out the booze for that, but I wasn't pissed.
You got what you were expecting out of it, at the very least.
Like, those movies were bad, but I wasn't mad at those movies. Those were just, like, bad to the point where, like, you just need a drink. You know, like, this was fucking insulting. This
was bad. It was bad that it was basically insulting a good movie, but even without that, it would have been bad.
This is insulting your intelligence, and like this.
I think I agree now. Even if I hadn't seen the original RoboCop, I still think this was a stupid movie.
But it's. Yeah, I think what makes me the angriest about it is, it's got a political message. Or does it?
Yeah.
You know, and I can actually see, in the hands of a better director, this actually could have been a really biting satire. And my problem is it's so badly delivered, I no longer know if that's what they were even going for.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
If they had a message, they fucked it up so bad that they obliterated it.
I just don't know if they just like put the words drone warfare in this movie and then just sprinkled some O'Reilly Factor spoof in here just to put Samuel L. Jackson yelling the word motherfucker at the end of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because Jesus Christ. And the icing on the cake on this one, and what really drives this down into the abyss is, you know, the action in this one is not horrible until that scene, the shootout that you can't see. Mm-hmm. The shootout in the dark warehouse.
They pulled in Alone in the Dark.
Yeah.
Shootout where it's all you see is scenes lit by the flash of the guns.
Yeah, it's lit by the muzzle flares.
Yeah.
It is horrible.
I really don't want to see my fight scenes as if I'm at a rave.
You know, when you're evoking Uwe Boll, that's not good.
No.
There's a protected gunfight that is an Uwe Boll scene. Bad.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the gunfights are actually pretty good.
Some of them, yeah, they're okay. I didn't find any of them spectacular.
No, because you can't...
particularly impressive.
It's PG-13. PG-13 neuters a lot of the gunfights, especially it pales in comparison to the initial RoboCop. I'm sorry, I'm going to compare it.
It was a very bloodless, this movie.
Has to be.
And yet they felt the need to show like horrifying Murphy and scared kids out of their wits for the rest of their lives.
I don't know how they got away with that.
Yeah. Plus almost naked boobies. Like
that was really horrifying imagery. The boobies, I mean, no. Nobody wants to see her nude.
No, but the showing like that there's nothing left of like they take away like at the very when Murphy first wakes up in the RoboCop suit, he, like, pretty much the first thing they fucking do is let him see what he looks like under the armor. Which basically just means they disassemble him, and there's nothing left but his head and some lungs in a jar and his hand, which is not connected to him in any way. It's just down there. And he's,
Yeah, good morning.
He starts woodenly crying, and I'm like, why would you show him that? Like, wait a little while.
It's like the first thing he sees is like, hey, you want to see what's left? Yeah, here you go.
And it's really gross and really creepy. Like, I'm really worried I'm going to have nightmares about that, because I don't like, and you can see his brain under the clear dome, and it's just nasty.
Yeah.
I am surprised they put that in a movie. My thought was that, like, they wanted to keep it more kid-friendly, but they didn't really.
No.
It's like, they only abided by PG-13 to get a wider audience, and they kept some of the swears out and the blood out, but there's still like that gross scene and then the sex scene, and so it's like they didn't know who they were catering this movie to.
Yeah.
It's like, do we want to make toys out of this, or do we want to deliver a political message?
Yeah.
You can't really do both.
Well, you can try, but they did.
They failed.
But what really buried this movie for me, what made it unwatchable, was from top to bottom, aside from Gary Oldman, the acting here is absolutely abominable.
Yeah, even Michael Keaton.
Even Michael Keaton is.
Gary Oldman was pretty much the only person I believed was a character in this movie. Everyone else just felt like somebody that they like pulled in from the street and said, "Hey, here's a script, do this."
Well, Keaton, I don't know. I'm not sure about him, because
it could have just been bad direction. Bad direction and bad. He didn't have much to work with.
No, but when we're talking the leads here, horrible. And in comparison to the Verhoeven movie, again, you're talking memorable performances from top to bottom. Do you remember the chief? Do you remember the chief of police in that movie?
Mm-hmm. You remember the lackeys and minions. You remember
the guy on the TV.
Yeah, you remember the guy on the TV.
You probably remember the guy from the convenience store.
Yeah, he was studying science.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
You fucking remember the guy studying calculus.
He had no lines at all, but you still remember him. He was good at acting scared. But in this movie, no, I can barely remember anyone. It's like I had a bad dream and this movie was it. That's really all I've got.
That's what kills me is, there's nothing memorable about any of these characters except about how unmemorable they are, or how bad and wooden and boring they are.
Mm-hmm.
I remember nothing about any of these characters except Samuel L. Jackson, and the only reason I remember that is because how intrusive those segments are on the news. Because I'm like, I get it. It's the O'Reilly factor. Yeah. I fucking get it. I get it!
And yet they did nothing at all there to make it feel like I was watching a TV show. Like, they never show it on TV.
No.
They never show, headlines or anything.
Yeah. It's always in studio.
Yeah.
Like
in the original, they have, the news and commercials and TV and stuff that you see.
Yeah.
Whereas this, it's always, you're seeing it in studio. It's never on television.
That's the only satirical element we ever get out of this movie. And it's not well done.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think the only effective satirical element I saw in this movie from that was when he has the senator who supports the ban on drone warfare. And he starts making a pretty good point against the drones, and then he cuts the hologram off. Mm-hmm. It's kind of the Bill O'Reilly cut his mic moment.
Yeah.
Where he's like, and then I think, and he's gone.
Yeah.
And I laughed, I will admit that. But, that was, the one moment I was like, that was good.
Yeah, that was it. And it was still not, it wasn't exactly sophisticated humor.
That was not exactly, again, that was low-hanging fruit,
Mm-hmm.
But But yeah, Samuel L. Jackson's the only thing I remember about that because he's. I mean,
He's Samuel L. Jackson.
It's like. That's like it's impossible to eclipse Samuel L. Jackson. It's like a road flare in a dark closet, you know.
Yeah. Although he had not a lot to work with.
No, and that's because
he was trying real hard, but he didn't have shit to work with.
You know, by the end, I almost think he was improvising, just screaming "motherfucker." You know, like, he's like, "What do I have to do?"
Yeah.
Like this. Describe what Alex Murphy looks like. You know, like. Okay, I'm just gonna start. I'm already raving, but like.
In conclusion.
Sorry.
In conclusion, go watch the original Robocop. Twice, and don't watch this.
Can you fly, Bobby? God damn. I remember Bobby. Bobby gets thrown out of the fucking car.
Mm-hmm.
Just give me my fucking phone call. He spits the blood on the paper. My God, that movie was great.
But this movie is ass.
Oh my God.
Maybe wait until it's cheap enough.
No!
And then you find it like in a dumpster somewhere. You might then pick it up. But...
No! You pick it up and throw it on the ground.
And pee on it.
Ah.
Or what was the term we came up with later? Hate pooping. Go hate poop on it.
Drop a hate shit on it.
Drop a hate poop on it.
I would hate shit on this movie. I would shit with all my hate on it. I'm sorry. I can take no more. I will now think of this movie no more.
Yeah.
Until next time, do not watch this movie! Oh my God!
It sucks.